right here. God, Sonny, how good does this look, man?
Super pumped for this build now. So today, guys, a lot of you guys are waiting. We've been waiting eagerly for these kind of apps, and you asked for a lot of functionality. So you can see we have the WhatsApp build right here, and we're going to teach
Yep.
you how to go ahead and build all of this today. So let us know if you're excited, guys.
Guys, who's excited? Drop that in the comments below. Look at this application right here. Let's just go through a quick demo of the apps people can see. What can they do
Yeah.
on here, Sonny?
So let's hit refresh, and we'll start from the beginning.
All right, let's hit refresh. Refreshing. Okay. Sign in. So,
So
oh wow, you can sign in with Google?
yeah, we
No,
got
no
Google
way.
sign in. Exactly,
No
we got
way, no
Google
way.
sign in.
So let's
Yeah.
go ahead and sign
So
in with Google. I'm gonna sign in with Google. All right. That's fancy,
nice.
guys. We're gonna sign in with Google. What? All right, Nazari Nazaweb right there. All right,
Yeah.
cool.
And notice when you sign in, check out the top left. It even has your little picture.
What? No way.
Yeah. Pulls
Oh
your
man,
information.
that's too
Yeah.
fancy. That's too fancy. It says it right here. You guys
Everything.
see it right there? Look at that. Wait, hold on. Right there. Whoa. Okay, insane. Cool, 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 cool stuff. All right.
All right.
What's next?
So we have that. We've got a slight adaptation. So we've done it in sort of rather than a chat-based fashion, we've got like rooms. So in this
Mhm.
case, we've got the testing room, YouTube room, and dance room.
Mhm.
Let me go
Ooh,
ahead and I'll
dance.
actually get inside the app as well. Give me
Dude,
one sec. Let me go ahead.
I like the dance room, man. That you're speaking my language.
I did that for you, Naz. I did that
Thank
for
you.
you. I was like, oh shit, Naz is coming on the stream. Let's go.
Let's go. Guys, don't forget to dance. Drop that in the comment below.
That's it. So I just jumped in the dance room as well. And if
All
I
right.
go ahead and type in, yo, what's up, Naz? And I boom, chuck that in.
Yo,
So
look
now,
at that. And I'll be like, yo, Sonny. Yo, Sonny. Hold on. Hold on. Check out this message.
let's go. Hey, nice, dude. And guys, that's all real time. So everything is in real time. And it's actually quite responsive. So Naz, if you want to go ahead and resize the browser a
Let's
bit,
decide this.
you
So
can go
just
ahead and show.
so guys, check this out. We can go bigger, right? We can go smaller. Look at that. That is so good. Sonny, amazing job on it. Guys, give Sonny a round of applause in the comments because this is well deserved. Look how good that looks. I mean, all of his apps look good, but all his apps look good. But this one, I don't know. I don't know. I love it. Just, yeah, looks amazing.
Yeah.
So,
Thank you,
yeah.
dude. It's mapping the WhatsApp web. So
Yeah.
there's actually, you can use WhatsApp on the web. We're actually mapping that iteration. And if people enjoy this, we can actually go ahead and use something like React Native or something like that to really, go
Yeah.
in and build like an actual app version of this. That would be cool.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, so I think what we should, oh, we just got our first donation, dude.
Where?
Vishal F.
Did we?
Nice.
Oh, look at that, Vishal. Appreciate it. Appreciate my friend. Thanks for the donation. Really, really cool. We got so many people, guys. Adar says, "Yo, Sonny." We
Hey,
got Yava. What's up? We got
nice.
Fletcher Co says, "What's up, everybody? What's up, guys?" So Daniel's like, "Let's code." Aye, Sonny. Coding the coding cup says. Fascinating
Uh,
said Abdarayam. Round of applause in the comments, says Kazi from Clever Programmer, guys. Woo woo, let's go.
hey, we got my
uh,
girlfriend in the house.
where's Meherban? Where's Meherban? I see it. I see it. Oh, there we go. What's up? How's it going? How's it going? How's it going? Good to
We got
see
Kazis in the chat. Oh, nice.
you in the chat
I'm an
too,
art. I'm an art. Oh, dude, we just hit over 730
guys.
viewers. Oh,
How
nice.
much? 730 what?
So I think we're at 731 from my count. I can see.
Oh, let's go. That's
That's
insane.
insane. Guys, if you're excited for today, all we ask is that you go ahead and smash that thumbs up before we get
Yeah.
started so that this can go out to as many people as possible. Right? And then that will help everyone get the most value from this video.
Yeah.
So before we get started, I think what will be cool is if we go ahead and show you guys what this build consists of. So the tech behind this build, because it's
Yeah.
always a nice way to go ahead and get started. We can actually do it in VS Code. We can actually list it out here. That'd be a cool place.
Yeah. Let's
So you
do
can
it.
see on the left, we've got a live share running. So no, I just want to make it a little bit bigger on the left.
On the left, let's make it a little bit bigger right there. Is that good?
That's good, dude.
That's
And then let's
beautiful.
press Command J to hide that. Yeah, nice. So the tech in today's build, guys, we have React, which is what is powering everything. We have, oh God, no, what's that? Oops. Let me go ahead and do this. Yeah, we have React. Whoa, Samit just dropped a donation and tech programmer. Thank you guys. Awesome. We
Appreciate,
have
appreciate,
Firebase.
appreciate it. Tech programmer, thanks so much. Thanks so much for that. Who else we got? Oh, Sumi, yo, $2 super ticket. And oh, look at that. That's cool. Thank you.
Yeah, awesome.
Super
Nice.
excited.
Guys, we have React, we have the Firebase Firestore real-time database. So we've used that in a bunch of builds previously. We're going to have that today. We have Material UI. So that's how we get the design looking the way it's looking. Holy crap. Dude, I can't believe how many people are flying in. This is crazy. We also have React Router, guys. So React Router inside this build. React Router, and that's going to allow us to have different page routing. So we have that /rooms/ like a room ID or something like that. We also have the React Context API, guys. So whoever wants to learn Redux, right? So whoever wants to learn Redux, make sure you watch the end of it, like all the way to the end of this video. And Shubham Pandey just dropped another donation. Damn,
Yo,
thank you, dude.
thanks so much.
We
You
have
guys are crazy with that.
yeah, it's insane, dude. We have the React Context API, so we can pretty much go ahead and if you learn that pattern, you can pretty much be comfortable with Redux. So definitely jam-packed with value in this build. And also, guys, we have Google authentication. So that's huge, right? And once we've done that, we're going to deploy it using Firebase.
Hey. Oh wow, 850 plus concurrent viewers. Let's go, guys. Thank you, Amanda, for letting us know. Insane stuff, guys. Actually, it's 919, guys, from our point of view, because we've got the latest updated stuff. Almost, guys. Let's break it to 1,000, guys. Share this video, give it a thumbs up, so that YouTube goes ahead and share this for everybody else on YouTube to see. So give it a thumbs up. Destroy that like button, guys. Just destroy it as much as you can, okay? And of course, subscribe to this YouTube channel, guys. Who is excited to get started?
Before, also, guys, worth mentioning, if you find our videos pretty interesting, you find them useful, we are offering a free training, guys. So, Naz, what are they going to get in the free training in the description? In the description, you guys are going to get free training on. Actually, what is the title? You know the title, Sunny, right? The title is we have a webinar, and and guys, it's all about the top 3 mistakes to avoid when you become a JavaScript developer. So we're going to pretty much go ahead and show you that in a free training, and all you need to do to go ahead and get started with that is go to the link in the description, and it's a completely free training, guys. So completely free. So what I would recommend is that so you guys get the most value from our videos is that you pretty much go ahead and sign up right now. So go to that link in the description, sign up right now, which is completely free. And then once we finish this live stream, whether you do it tomorrow, whether you do it the next day, or like you can go ahead and watch that webinar. And yeah, you guys there's no loss here. You're gonna go ahead and learn a bunch using that free training. So
you can see I just shared it with you guys. You can see it right here. Top 3 mistakes to avoid becoming a JavaScript developer. This is some epic stuff, guys. We are getting so many people are giving us amazing feedback for this specific video, completely for free. Don't really worry about it. It's completely for free. Literally, you gotta click on that link. Gotta click on the link. What's up? What?
Florian just dropped us £10.
Where?
He says, can't wait to join on Profit with JavaScript program coming soon. Florian.
Hold on. We got a lot. Hold on. Aditya said it. Let me see if I can find Florian. Hold on. I got it. Hold on. Whoa. We have a lot of people. Carlos gave us 2,147 something, which I'm not sure what that is. We got Vinod Kumar.
Keep going up. You'll see it.
We got Ayuza, Ayuaz, Cybersploit, Holy moly, you guys. Insane stuff. Let me see. Where's Florian? Hold on. I gotta find Florian. I will find you. I will find you, Florian. I promise I will find you. Oh, right there. I found him. Florian. Yeah, I got him. Thanks so much. He says, can't wait to join on Profit with JavaScript program. What are you waiting for? Drop that. We have a link in the description below. If you're excited, join it below, guys. So many people from Profit with JavaScript are already here, and they are loving the course. We're actually currently really cool stuff. We're building a Chrome extension in PWJ. So that's some cool stuff. Yeah, exactly.
Awesome.
Sweet, guys.
Right, guys. So with that said, I think let's go ahead. And what do you think, Naz? Should we go ahead and get this started?
let's get started. And just one last thing, guys. Go ahead. We got our links in the description for Instagram, so go ahead and tag us in your Instagram videos. Link is right here. Naz Dumansky for me, and then Sunny SSS Sanga for Sunny.
That's it, guys. I know I need to like shorten the number of S's in my name.
It's like SSS. Anyways, guys, let's get it started.
Awesome. Let's go. Guys, just to get this party started, we just hit over 1,000 likes. Thank you so much. Oh
Insane stuff. Insane
That's
stuff.
insane. Love that. Okay, let's do it, dude. Let's go ahead and get started. So, if you are familiar with our builds, guys, we use a tool called Create React App, right? So we're going to go ahead and use Create React App to get the app started and to get that sort of a very basic sort of starter template that React goes ahead and gives us. So now, if you want to click Command J in VS Code, Naz.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do the following. So I'm going to say npx create React app. So create React app, and then the name of the app. So WhatsApp clone, right? And what this will do is it will just go ahead and make all of the starter template stuff for us inside of the app. Oh, I can actually see there's a little overflow bug that I didn't account for. If you see, when people are adding to that, adding the new chat.
Nobody knows until you say it.
Nobody knows.
Quiet.
We're going to be debugging live on stream, guys.
Pratik, thanks so much for the donation as well. Really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Oh my gosh, so many. Oh, we got 10 pounds.
Oh my God.
Soraya, thanks so much.
Saru Vincent just came in with swinging with 10 euros.
Let's go.
Thank you so much, dude.
Oh,
guys,
man.
With that said, oh my God, we got another donation.
Another one.
This is amazing. Guys,
this is gonna be a live call full of donations. That's what's gonna be.
It's insane, dude. I love this. Nice. So now, guys, Naz, while this is setting up, let's go ahead and set up Firebase. That'll be a cool little step to do now while we wait.
You want me to do it, or do you want to do it? You want to do it?
For Firebase, you're gonna have to do it on the browser.
Oh, okay. So so tell me what to do.
So go to firebase.com. So I think it's firebase.com. Yeah.
Firebase. I'm just gonna go like here.
Yeah.
Firebase.com. Boom, voila. All right,
awesome.
Beautiful.
And what you want to do is click on go to console, or make sure you're signed into whatever account that we're going to be using. So if you've got the Clever Programmer account, let's go ahead and use that.
All right, so go to console.
Yep.
Let's go ahead. I'm gonna use this one. Hold on.
Nice. Oh, is your VS Code crashed? What's that?
Looks like it did something. I don't know.
It might be because the terminal. Nice. But then what you want to do is click on Add Project.
Go ahead, Add Project. Beautiful. All right. Let's go ahead and do WhatsApp, right?
Yep. So let's go ahead and click on WhatsApp.
Oh, it says, hold on.
Or WhatsApp clone, even.
Let's start with the name of the project. Okay. It won't let me type in your project. Oh, right here. Yeah. WhatsApp.
Yeah. Nice.
WhatsApp clone. Like that. Continue.
Yep, that'll do.
Do we want to do this?
You want to click on, you can enable or disable. It's up to you.
Okay.
That's all good.
That's fine. Yeah. Continue.
And then you can set up an account for that. So you can just go ahead and click default account. That's all good.
All right. Create project.
Right. So this, guys, is essentially what we're going to use to power the entire backend. So we're going to use this to empower our authentication, our database, and when we deploy it, so it's all of the hosting functionality, all of that is going to be done on Firebase. And all you need for a Firebase account is a Gmail account. And that's it, pretty much. And you can go ahead and get everything working with that. We just hit over 1,000 viewers on YouTube, guys.
Honestly, let's go.
Like, thank you guys so much. We appreciate every single one of you guys watching right now, and we love you guys. Amazing. Wow, dude. I'll never get over that. That's insane.
I don't know why. I really want to play my sound effect. My sound effects for some reason aren't working, but that's okay. That's all right. We'll deal without sound effects. Let's continue on. I know. I don't know why. This is interesting.
So now what you want to do is go over to, let's check. Okay, so Create React App's just finishing up. Nice. So you want to go over to Let's go ahead and see. Hopefully that should be fine after once create React app's done. Awesome,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So now you want to go over to that little cog icon in Firebase.
Right
So you see on the
here.
top,
Yep.
yeah, that's the one. Click that and click project settings.
Okay.
And then you want to go all the way down to the bottom. And
Mm-hmm.
you see that web app icon.
Right
So where it
here.
says that's that one, yeah. And then
Okay.
here you type in WhatsApp clone and make sure you tick the Firebase hosting option.
Also set up Firebase hosting. Okay. WhatsApp
Yep,
clone. Cool. Register app.
yep. And then step two, we can ignore step two. We're not interested in step two.
Click next.
Yeah.
Then Firebase Tools. Do we
Yeah,
do we
so
need this?
we don't need to do this because we've already done this, but you guys are going to have to run that command. So make sure when you do that, you might need to do sudo npm install -g Firebase Tools. So
Mm-hmm.
just a heads up if you have to do that. But wait, we don't have to do that. We've already done that.
Mm-hmm. So click
And click
next.
next. Yep. And
Okay.
then here we can ignore this for now. Let's click continue to console.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Sweet. All right. Look at
Awesome.
that.
And let's go ahead and click that config at the bottom. So at the bottom, you should see, see it says three different switches. You want to click the config switch.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I
Yep.
see. I see. And so we need to copy this, right? We need to copy this.
Yep. Copy
Like,
that. And then
and
what
then
we'll do is we'll go over to our code over here and let's open up our files. And we should see WhatsApp clone inside of our file directory now.
I see it. Okay.
Yep. Awesome. And let's go ahead and go into source and let's create a file called firebase.js.
So I'm gonna do that right now. So new file,
Yep.
firebase.js, like so, right?
Yep. And just
Beautiful.
paste it in there.
All right, I'm
Just
gonna
throw it in
paste
there,
it.
dude.
I'm gonna paste it in here. Command. Beautiful, right there.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm gonna
So
save that.
yep.
Save that.
And let's make it a little bit. So let's close Command B to hide the sidebar
All right.
and Command J to. Oh yeah. So you see, guys, in Command J at the bottom now you can see it says Happy Hacking. So once you get that message, thank you NVDev for that donation. Massively appreciate that.
Appreciate it.
Cheers.
Thank you.
So now what we're going to do is once you get this message, guys, you want to CD into the WhatsApp clone. So whatever you named it, here we're going to do CD WhatsApp clone. So CD WhatsApp clone,
Mm-hmm.
WhatsApp clone like this, and then you'll be in the right directory. So then it should have WhatsApp clone. And then
Gotcha.
here, what you want to do is to start the app up, you do npm start, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know why it dropped on two lines,
Yeah,
but you
that's
just do
interesting.
npm
Weird.
start.
That's so weird. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And then that
Okay.
will go ahead and actually spin up the app, right? So this should spin it up on localhost 3000. So what I'm going to do is, because me and Naz are using a VS Code live share, I
Mm-hmm.
should be able to actually go ahead and share this with you. Give me
Mm-hmm.
one sec.
Yeah.
Let
Somebody
me go
asked,
ahead.
like, what is it? What are the config files? So what the config files are basically? That is, guys, how we will go ahead and actually, connect to the database, right? So all these keys right here is a way to connect to the database. That's pretty much it. Nothing too much on that.
Exactly. Yeah. We got loads of people flying in. Says I got stuck on the
Um,
Instagram. Oh, damn it. Why does it show get master in terminal? Oh, it's because of oh my ZSH. That's why our terminal might look different to yours.
Gotcha.
Naz, yeah, so perfect. Now we've got localhost 3000 up. So if you go into the left hand side, so in VS Code, or
Yeah,
you've
yeah,
got
right
those.
here, live share and then local
Yeah,
3000.
yeah,
Boom,
yeah,
right
yeah.
there.
Right.
Hey, let's go.
Nice. So now we're at this good. If you get to this point, guys, well done. So what we're
Mm-hmm.
gonna do now is do what we like to call the cleanup process. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if you just want to follow me, Naz.
Okay, go ahead.
Yep. So if you want to follow me using,
Yeah,
click on that purple
I'm
button where it
following
says
you.
participate. Yep.
Following you.
And then click on the, yeah, so on the file directory now, what I usually do is I delete app.test.js, I delete logo.svg,
Mm-hmm.
and I delete setuptests.js.
Where's that? Oh, app test. Okay, so these ones. Okay, I see it now. I see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and delete app.test.js, logo.svg, and setup tests. So those ones are the ones I'm going to delete. Right?
Gotcha.
So I'm going to go ahead and click move to trash. And now if you click the little refresh icon, oh, there you go. You can see it. Yeah. Oh, no, has it
Refreshed.
refreshed?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So you can see it starts to freak out. So you might need to click the refresh icon inside of the file directory. So you see on the left,
Yeah, yeah, I see it. I see it. Hold on.
that little,
Boom.
there we go.
Boom.
Nice.
Beautiful.
Hey. So now the app's going to freak out. It's like, oh my God, you've deleted everything. So now what we do is we go into our code. So let's
Mm-hmm.
do Command B, Command J.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Nice. And what we're going to do now is go ahead and do. So firstly, I'm going to get rid of these errors. So right now we got rid of the logo, which is why it's freaking out. So I'm going to go ahead and delete that. And
Mm-hmm.
here, what we can say is we can just say H1 and we can say, hello, let's just say, let's build WhatsApp. Let's build a WhatsApp clone. Awesome. And save it. Nice. And we should see, let's build a WhatsApp clone on the right side, which is awesome. So
Hey, we did. Nice. Okay.
nice, right?
All right.
Now what we're going to do is we're going to do a cleanup process. So app.css has a bunch of crap inside of it. So you pretty much want to do Command A, delete everything inside of there.
Yeah.
You don't want any of that stuff. And if we
Gotcha.
save it, you'll see now the styling gets a little bit more, it's left aligned and we get rid of a bunch of that stuff.
Bit wonky.
One more step before we have a starter template. So we go into index.css
Uh-huh.
and here we want to say target everything and give it a margin of 0. And we just got another donation, guys. He says, can we have the source code GitHub link so that it'll be easy for us to follow? Yes, we will
Of
be
course.
uploading it after this video. Of course, yeah.
Yeah. And thank you,
Definitely.
Kanhaya. Oh, and then we got
Yeah.
Young. Thank you so much for $2 donation. Thanks for everything you do. Of course, we're happy to do this,
Appreciate
guys.
that, dude. Massively appreciate that. Let's go ahead and click save. And you'll see now when I do that, it just removed that top bit of margin, right? So now we're actually in a very good starting point. So we can go ahead. Let me go ahead and remove this.
Thank you, Mansoor, as well. Really appreciate for donation too. Oh my, we're just
Thank you.
flying with donations today.
I know, guys. The love is real today. This is insane. Let us know what you guys are excited about in the comments as well. I love to see like, oh my God, we're holding over 1,000 as well. It's blowing my mind. Holy crap. Nice. So
Insane
guys,
stuff.
we are going to be using the Bem naming convention. So here, let's go ahead and do the Bem naming convention. And you guys who aren't familiar with this, essentially it's just a very easy way of naming your components inside of React. And it's really, really scalable. You'll see I use it in every single build. We use it in every single build. And it's just a really clean way of keeping your app, like very, very neat. So with that said, we've got the app, right? So you notice when we had our build, we had the app and then we had this sort of, consider it as like the app body, right? So the app body was that little sort of container. So let's go ahead and open up the actual deployed version now.
Right here. Right here. This is the deploy version right here.
Yeah.
Oh,
So you
look.
see,
Are
like,
these people? Who's creating these stuff? This right here.
this is live. So they've got the
so
actual
people
thing.
are actually creating this right now. Oh man. All right. Nice.
It's crazy, right?
Yeah.
Well, you got really React JS. Awesome.
I love it.
I love that nickname, dude. The React God.
Sunny,
So funny.
than you. Mansoor, appreciate it. Thanks so much for the donation yet again. Oh man,
Oh,
you guys,
yeah.
this is crazy
Thank
stuff.
you. Nice. So let's go ahead and what we like to do, you know how we do it, guys. We map out the app, okay? So we can see from the right-hand side, we pretty much have like, if we scroll a tiny bit up now on the
Okay.
right hand, yeah.
On the right hand.
Can you see how like it's kind of like a floating card, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what we're gonna do is we're gonna consider that to be the app
Kinda like
body. So here I'm
right
gonna
here,
go
you
ahead.
guys see how it has that kind of shadow right there? That's what he's talking about. Like you see that
Exactly.
right there. Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and consider that to be something like the app body, okay? So everything inside the app body was essentially sits inside of that card. That's what our end goal is going to be, right? And then inside of the app body, we're going to have two things. And I like to always mask things out. So I like to kind of add comments, and it kind of makes the whole process a lot easier. So what we're going to do now is we're going to have a sidebar like this, and we're going to have a chat, right? So the
Okay.
sidebar is essentially going to be the stuff with, so it has Naz's avatar on the top left.
Yeah.
It has all of this stuff, the icons, the add new chat, the sort of all of this
all
stuff.
this stuff
inside
right
there.
here. All this stuff right here.
Exactly. Yeah, so we have all of that stuff over there.
And the chat is this stuff on the right hand side. Okay, got it.
Yeah, exactly that. Yeah, we're going to have the chat on the right hand side. So what we'll do to get started is let's actually go ahead and style that so that we get it somewhat on that lines of looking like that. So if we go into app.css, remember we have the app and we have app body, right? So it's going to app.css. And what I'm going to do, guys, I'm going to firstly target the app itself. So the app itself. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to give it a background color
Good.
It's like an off, it's like a really weird kind of off gray, I think it is, but it's this color right here. So you guys can just copy this hexadecimal code. If I save it, let's go ahead and see
By
what
the way,
that does.
guys,
So
please
actually,
keep the chat clean in the WhatsApp app, okay? You want to keep the chat clean.
yeah,
Because otherwise I won't be able to show it.
exactly. We want to keep that chat clean, and then that keeps these videos coming. So no naughty chat. And then what we're going to do is we're also going to set the height here to 100 view height. So I'm going to go ahead and do height of 100 view height like this, okay?
Mhm.
And if I save that like this, awesome, nice. Right, so that goes ahead and does that. Naz, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to get rid of it on my local host because I think it's killing my RAM. So I'm going to look at it through your screen.
Yeah, just remove it, yeah.
Which will be nicer.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
'Cause I'm no longer on that screen, so we're good.
Yeah, nice. So now I have a background color and a height of 100 view height. So you can see we've got that little kind of weird looking gray behind it, right? So that's pretty good for what we wanted to start with. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and target the app body, okay? So the app body, I'm going to go, oh, this was the app body. Sorry, I didn't want this to happen. I wanted this to go towards the app itself, so the entire app. So let's go ahead and change that. And we should be able to see this. And if I do save, now we can see the whole thing's like that, right? The actual app body itself, where it says, let's build a WhatsApp clone, let's target that. So we say app body like this. And I'm going to go ahead and do the following. We'll say display flex, right? So I want anything inside of it to be to follow the flex rules. Then I'm going to go ahead and say, this is a really neat trick, by the way, guys. I'm going to give it a width and a height of 90 view height. So it's going to have a little bit of a cropping in from the top and the left and right and the bottom. And then what I'm going to do is give it a background color of I think this was like a different white color. So now if I save this, you should see what I've done. So let's go ahead and do this. Okay, why is my...
What's up? All good?
Yeah, it's saying saving code. It's saying
So
saving.
cannot determine recent changes or others. What the heck? What is that?
Yeah, I know, right? It's
Should
kind
we
of weird.
refresh? I'm just gonna refresh.
Oh, there we're good. We're good.
Now we're good.
Yeah.
Yeah. But now it says nothing. Okay, no, it's all good. I see it. I see it. I see it now.
So you
There we go.
see it,
Beautiful.
yeah, so you see it, it kind of made this this box, which is like, it's got a width of 90 view width and a height of 90 view height, right? So it's
Yeah,
kind of
right
cropped
here.
in a bit. And then, oh, thank you. Lucky
Thank you
living
so
through the dark.
much. Thank you so much. Says, hey bro,
bro.
I'm new to your channel. Just 4 days. 4 days. Back as a Zoom clone. That's insane. You guys are rocking. Let's go. We'll rock today. Big fan here. Thank you so much.
Thank you, dude. That's amazing. Love that. And now what we're going to do is we're going to add a slight little box shadow. So you guys can go ahead and copy this box shadow code. I just went ahead and messed around with the value until I got like a nice little sort of 3D effect off of it. And then I'm going to give it a margin top of 50 pixels so it doesn't touch the top. But then what I kind of found here, guys, is I don't want it to be positioned like this. So let's go ahead and get rid of that. I want to do a little trick, right? So if I can go ahead and say the following for the app. So if I say display grid, and then I do this place items center. Look how nice this trick is. As soon as I do this, boom. It just
wow.
does
You guys see that?
Yeah, like it's insane. Like if I get rid of that place item center, you see like it does that, but then it just literally maps it on vertical and horizontal axes and gets it center. Now if I go ahead and remove this H1 of let's build a WhatsApp clone like this, now you can see, look at that, boom, perfectly in the center.
Wow. Dude, that is insane. Wait, so is this kind of like display flex, but it's just a new way for this? Did this come out after display flex or something?
So I'm not sure when it came out, but I was watching like a Google video and they were talking about the different display methods, and display grid was one of them. And so the grid is obviously CSS grid, but I didn't know about place item center, and basically whatever container child whatever child element you have, it will just center it vertically and horizontally.
Got it.
Which is really, really nice because usually you have to mess around with all sorts of margin and rubbish like that. So that's really, really nice. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to give this one a margin top of 50 pixels. So I'm going to kind of detract from it because in WhatsApp, in the actual web one, it doesn't it goes a little bit closer to the top like that. That's it. Nice. Awesome. So now
By the
we've
way,
got the
who is pumped, guys? I have somebody saying, hey, when Nas starts saying pumped, I'm going to be laughing. Pumped as always.
Let's get pumped up, guys.
Get pumped up. Let's go.
Hey. Let's go ahead and all right. So now we've got, oh my God, we've hit over 1,200 viewers. Damn, dude.
Insane. Let's go.
Nice. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. So we got app.js. So remember, we mapped out two of these components. We had sidebar and chat, right? So for the sidebar, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and actually make that component. So Naz, if you want to show them how to make the first one, and then after that, I can show them, I can kind of speed it. So if we want to go ahead and create a new file called sidebar.js.
Okay, so it's going to do inside the source, correct? So
yeah.
Right click, new file, sidebar.
Oh, capital S because it's a component.
Yeah, sidebar.js. All right, it's gonna create that, and then so that's in here, and then we can use to create a component. What is the shortcut?
It's RFCE.
RFCE. Wait, hold on. Let me try.
You're good. Yeah.
RFCE. There you go. Boom! Right there.
Nice. That's it. So that's how we're going to be very speeding up the whole process of creating components. What we will be doing every time we create a component, the standard thing to do is go ahead and import the corresponding component CSS file. So in this case, sidebar.css. So I'm going to create it, sidebar.css, and we should pop into it now in a second. Oh, I think you have to follow me again when you create a file now.
Okay. I see it right there. Yeah, I'm following you now. Yeah.
Now,
I see right there. Nice. Sidebar.css, guys. You see that right there? Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Boom.
So then that way we import it, and then remember, guys, we want to stick with the Bem convention. So we're going to do class name equals sidebar like this, right? So that's what we want to firstly do with that. So now we've got the sidebar, and what I'm going to do here, guys, is the sidebar is split into different sections, right? So firstly, what I'm going to do is just prove that it renders out. So I'm going to do h1 and say sidebar, and then I'm going to go into app. And I'm going to go ahead and rather than having my comment, I'm going to replace it with sidebar. And if you guys like the comments that I do and you think it's useful, let us know in the comments, because we tend to do that on every video. And we're not actually 100% sure if you guys like it or you guys find it confusing. Yeah. It's always nice to see. Yeah. So then we need to import that at the top. I've done a little neat trick there. I just went control space at the end of the component, and you can go ahead and do a little shortcut. Save it, and we should see, hi, I'm a sidebar. Hey, oh, okay, sidebar. Perfect. Nice.
Hi, I'm a sidebar. Hi.
So, some people are saying RFCE is not working for me. How can we accomplish that? So if RFCE isn't working for you guys, now go ahead and go into your extensions.
Yeah.
And
right here.
Type in ES7.
ES7 right there. So you guys need to go ahead and install the following extension, ES7 React Redux and snippets. So yeah, just install that, and then you guys should be fine right here. And that RFC will work, no problem.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly that. And that will go ahead and give you that sort of the lovely shortcuts that we show you throughout the app. So the next step that we're going to do is we're going to split this app, the sidebar, up into separate things, right? So MD Furkan Nudin.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, guys. I learned a lot from this channel. I implemented the Instagram clone. Thanks, guys. Keep up the great work. Awesome work, dude. Well done on implementing that. Nice. So inside the sidebar, we're going to have a few sections, right? We're going to have the sidebar header. So as I do this, Naz, it might be cool to show the actual app. So as I write it, we can see what I'm doing on the sidebar.
What do you mean? I am showing the actual app.
No, sorry, the deployed app.
I don't know if we should show that. There's some pretty nasty comments in there.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Yeah. God damn it, guys.
Guys, come on.
Yeah, keep it clean. So now what we're going to do is on that sidebar, we have a few sections. We have sidebar header. So we have sidebar header, right? So that's the top of the sidebar where we had Naz's avatar. We had a few icons in there. And then we also had a search bar. So we had like a nice little search bar. So I'm going to say div sidebar header, search like this. Nice. And then we also had a chat, right? So we had the chats. When I refer to the chats, I mean all of the things which some people have sadly spam that out, but we can go ahead and do div sidebar chats like this, right? So we can go ahead
Yep.
and do that. Sidebar. Oops. Yeah, there we go. So now we've got 3 sections, 1, 2, and 3. So we've got the header and the rest of it. So in order to sort of go ahead and carry on with this now, what I want to do is we need to install Material UI because we need some icons, right? We need the avatar, the component. We need a bunch of icons. So now let's go over to materialui.com.
Okay. Material. Beautiful.
Yep.
All right, there you go.
Nice. And what we want to do is we're going to do the following command. So let's open up the terminal.
Okay, so Command J, terminal. Yeah, okay, I see the terminal, but I can't write in it.
Awesome. Yeah, you can't write in it. So now what we'll do is we are going to go ahead and do, I'm going to open up a second terminal. So you should be able to see a second terminal.
Yep, I
If I
see
do
it.
ls. Nice. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say npm i, so npm install, and then we're doing material UI
Dash
/core.
core.
Yeah.
Got it.
And you can go ahead and do that. And what that will do is I will install all of the Material UI dependencies. So all of the different components that they give us, everything that is included inside Material UI gets pulled in when we do that. While we wait for that to install, let's go ahead and go to the search bar on the right and type in icons.
And just so you guys know, like what Material UI is, right? Material UI is simply just a way for us to easier basically enable, it already has CSS components, so we can really fast create, good looking applications.
Exactly. It's like a reusable component. I guess, is it like a component library?
Yeah.
Or, yeah.
Yeah.
Right? It's like
CSS library.
So,
like a CSS library, basically, yeah.
Exactly. So once you've done the core, you actually need to go ahead and install the icons. So what we can do is we can write the same command but replace the end with icons like this, right? And what that will do is that will go ahead and pull in the icon set. So yes, we installed all of the components that are available, but they also have a really nice icon set. So you're gonna go ahead and install all of that. So let's click on where it says you can search the full list of these icons and give them a demonstration as to how we then get the icons that we use.
You can search, right there. Search a full list of these icons. Let's go ahead and do that. I'm clicking.
Thank you very much, Siddharth. He goes, doing a good job, guys. Appreciate it, you did. Thank you.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Let me see if I can find you. Right there you are, Siddharth. There we go. You're the man.
Thank you, dude. Nice.
All right. So here. Okay, go ahead, Sunny.
Yeah. So now what we're gonna do is inside where it says search icon. So for example, if we need, let's say a
settings.
Yeah, we can do settings. Yes, let's just say we need a settings icon, right?
Boom.
You type in settings inside of here, and then you'd get the icon. And if you click the icon, you'd actually get the import code that we would then use to pull that into our app. And because we installed the icons, we can go ahead and actually write that in our app, and it will work as we expect it to. So whenever we're doing this tutorial, you're going to see me doing a bunch of imports. And what's going to happen is that's how we found them. So if you guys are wondering how, that's how we do it, right?
Got it. Yeah.
Awesome. Nice. So now what we're going to do is let's go over to the sidebar and actually go ahead and start like populating this stuff. So we have the sidebar header, right? Now the header had a few things. It had a few icons on the right and it had an avatar on the left. So to get the avatar on the screen, what I can do is I can go ahead and import the avatar. So I can go up to the top and import the avatar. So actually I can do it. I can just write it in and it'll do a shortcut. So if I say avatar like this, right? And I should be able to, I can't do my little shortcut. Let's go ahead and do this. So I'm going to import it at the top, right? Avatar like this. And then if I save it, now we should be able to see a little avatar pop in. So wait until this loads and we should be able to see so it's still compiling.
Oh, it looks like somebody cleared the chat. Thank you so much. Finally, somebody cleared the chat on the actual live one. Just clear the chat a bunch of times.
That's awesome. Oh, man.
That's smart. Thank you. Whoever did that, thank you so much.
Nice. Thank you. So you see, guys, where we've got the top, we've got the avatars is avatar. Nas is avatar on the top left.
Right there.
And then on the right, we have the icons, right? So that's what we're trying to achieve right now. We're doing the header section. So heading back to localhost.
All right,
So
let's go back
now,
to real co-host. Yep. Boom, right there. We
yep,
have an icon right now. Okay, good.
there we go. There we got the avatar, right? So the
Yep.
avatar's already there. And what I'm going to do is for all of those icons, I'm going to go ahead and bundle them up into a like their own container. I'm going to call this one sidebar underscore underscore header right. Okay, like this. And then inside of here, I want the following three icons. I want a it's weird, guys. It's called a donut large icon. That's the
Mm-hmm.
first one. The second one is called a chat icon. And the final one is called a more vertical icon. And basically, I'm going to go ahead and save this once I import these, and you'll see what I've added in here. So let's go ahead and do that here. So boom. And I'm going to save, and then let's go ahead and see what we pulled in. So we've got the donut large, and the donut large is for like WhatsApp stories. The chat icon is for like if you're going to create a new chat or something, and then the more
Mm-hmm.
vertical icon is for the three dots.
Got it.
Yeah. So that's how we get that. So now what we're going to do is to get that styled correctly, let's go ahead and actually dive into sidebar.css. So inside of sidebar.css, what we have now is let me just make this a bit clearer. So we have the sidebar header. So let's go ahead and do that. So we've got the sidebar header. And for that header, I'm going to do sidebar header like this. And I'm going to say display flex. All right, so
Are you typing? Where are you typing? Hold on. Where are you typing?
Oh, you might need to follow me as
Oh, you're
it
on
come
Sidebar
out.
CSS. Okay, I'm like, wait, hold on. Where are you? Right there. Yep.
Hey,
There you
yeah, there we go. I don't
Yeah.
know why it does that. Yeah.
Yeah,
Alright.
that's weird. Anyways, keep going.
So I'm going to do display flex, and as soon as I hit save, we should see everything will go into a row now, right?
Right
So it
there.
should go into a
Yeah,
row. There we
nice,
go.
nice, nice, nice.
Nice, yeah. And then
Mm-hmm.
because everything's sort of we want to space everything between it. So I don't want everything to be bundled up. I want the two containers to be spaced apart. So if I do justify content space between, it should use up the full width of the
Mm-hmm.
container at this point. Oh, in this case, I need to do a few more things actually. I need to say
What?
actually one sec. We're gonna do okay. Let's go ahead and give it some padding and a border right.
Mm-hmm.
So let me go ahead and do that first. One sec.
Wait, so if you do say shouldn't that work space between right now? Right?
So it should, but then you see what's happening is basically we've given so where we had
Mm-hmm.
app body. So app body
Mm-hmm.
was actually so let's go ahead and check out app body. App
Yeah.
body was display flex, which
Oh, I
means that
see.
yeah, so it means it's only going to use up what it needs
Yeah.
because this was a child of app body.
So this div is only this div basically is not taking up 100% of the width. So that's why these icons are not specifically, basically are not taking up the whole width or space between, I guess you can say.
Exactly. And to fix that, what we could do is just to prove the point, we could say flex one, and this should then go ahead and use the full width.
Hey, look at that right
Yep.
there. See, big difference, guys. Look at that.
Exactly. So it's all about understanding how Flexbox works, and that should help you. Now, what we're going to do is we're not going to use Flex 1. We're going to use Flex 0.35. So I wanted to use 35% because that's roughly how much WhatsApp Web uses.
Yeah.
And you can see like roughly that's sort of the amount that we want to use, right? And then for the chat, we're going to use up the remaining 65%. So that's why we've done this here.
Almost 1.5k likes in this video, guys. That is insane, guys.
God.
I hope you are pumped for this video as much as we are. Guys, let's get this to 2k. Come on. Come on. You know what to do. You know what to do.
That's insane. Oh my God. Like, damn, I wonder what the watch time will be on this. This is insane.
Oh, dude. I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, same. Damn. So now we've got the header right I want to target now. So header right is referring to the container around those three icons. So if I go ahead and do target that header right, so I say target the header right like this. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to say display flex. So they're already in a row, so it will continue to be in a row. But I'm going to do align item center. And this should actually centralize all those items in that container. So there you go. Maybe they've done it there. And then I'm going to do is say justify content space between, right? Yeah, so space between. So space between like this. And then if I do that, it should, I mean, does that make much of a difference at this point? No, because it's going to be cramped up. But if I say min width, so I chose to basically give it a minimum width, and I gave it a responsive minimum width of 10 view width. So if we go ahead and add that now it gives it, and then you see the space between kicks in because it's actually now got some space to go ahead and do that.
Yeah.
Now, all of these buttons, if you hover over them, they're not clickable. They don't have like a nice clickable fill. So if you go over them, they just kind of look like crap, right?
Sunny's like, Sunny and Kazi, best hosting duo on YouTube.
Kazi looks different today, right?
Kazi looks a little bit different.
Yeah.
Doesn't have the mustache, you know.
Yeah, it's a little bit different today. Nice. So now what we're gonna do is, you see those buttons on the right hand side, the icons. If you click them, Naz, so go ahead and click them.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing happens, right?
No.
So that kind of looks rubbish, right? So what
Yeah,
Material
very
UI
rubbish.
goes ahead and gives us is like a wrapper, and it's called icon button. And what you can do is I can type in icon button like this. I can import it from Material UI. So I've imported it at the top over here. And then what you can do is you can go ahead and you can wrap your button inside, your icon inside of it. Now, if we click the left icon,
Mm-hmm.
so you see, not that one, the left.
Oh, that one.
Yeah,
Hey, look at that. You see that,
that's
guys? Like, you
nice,
see
right?
yeah, that looks very nice. You see how it creates like that like, yeah, I like it. That's good.
Yeah, it gives it like a really nice kind of clean
Yeah.
feel when you do that,
Makes
right?
makes you feel good, you know? It's like, yes, I just clicked the button. And I want to keep clicking the button.
Exactly, it gives you that nice ripple effect. So I'm going to go ahead and
Yeah.
surround the rest of them inside of that. So I'm going to go ahead and replace this with a same version, but everything surrounded inside of icon buttons. And if we do that, we can now see, there we go. We've got the 3 buttons and they're all clickable icons instead now. So you get a much
So let's see
nicer
it.
UI.
Boom, boom, boom. So all buttons are clickable now. Okay, I see it. Cool.
Yeah. And I mean, like, that's a really satisfying thing, which is super easy to achieve using Material UI. So really,
Yeah.
really nice little win there.
Yeah.
Awesome. So what I'm going to do now is for all of the icons inside of that right container, I want to actually space them out a tiny bit more. So I'm going to go ahead and do this. So I'm going to go ahead and target that right container. But I'm also going to say the direct child, which is a Material UI icon. So this is the class name that gets given to them. I want to give it a margin right of 2 view width, which is a responsive. And I want to give it a font size of 24 pixels. So if I go ahead and do that, and you need to do question mark, exclamation mark important, so you override Material UI's font size. And we do that, and now we should be able to see that it says it's very subtle, that change. It was actually super, super subtle, but it did make a difference.
Yeah.
Awesome. So with that said, now what we're gonna do is we have that portion done. Now, for the sidebar, guys, we actually have a few things. So we've finished the avatar. No, we finished the header section. So the header looks really clean right now. Yeah. But we want to go ahead and do the search. So the search is that search container underneath it. So it's the next bit underneath. So remember this bit that we sort of drafted out, right?
Right.
So what I'm going to do is, because the search container consists of 2 things. It has like a search icon, so like a search sort of hourglass icon, and then it has an input field. So there's 2 things here. So the search icon that we're going to use is called search outlined. So it's actually this icon right here.
So the one we're talking about this search icon right here. You see that, guys? Right here.
Yeah.
So
exactly that. Yeah, exactly that. So I'm going to go ahead and do search outline, and I need to import that from at the top. So I can go ahead and do import from search outlined. There we go. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and do the following. So I'm going to add an input field, and I'm going to give a placeholder. And the placeholder says, oh no, what might be cool is that if you go to view and click enable word wrap.
View on VS Code, right?
Yeah, or you can go into the help and type in word wrap.
And then
there it is. Yeah, toggle word wrap.
Oh, that's cool. Okay, I like that. All right.
Yeah, so that way we never get the issue of them not being able to see.
Nice. Oh man, that's a cool tidbit. Cool.
Okay, right? Yeah. Nice.
That's insane. What? Okay. I got really excited.
Rowan says, Sunny, will you be using Redux here? We're going to be using React Context API, so stay tuned and we'll show you the pattern, which is also applicable to Redux. So yes, is the answer to your question. Nice. So now what we're going to do is we have the search outline and the input field. Awesome. If I go ahead and save this now, we should see that those 2 things pop in. Now, the final one that we saw was actually it looked a bit different to what we're going to see on the screen now. So let's wait until that refreshes. You might need to refresh the localhost, Naz.
Myself, yeah, I got it.
Oh, it could be that. Oh, actually, it could be because all of the
No, it's
children.
still loading actually. It's still loading at the localhost
Oh,
stage
right.
thing
Yeah,
though.
it says mine's compiling still. Okay, so
Yeah.
while it does that, what we can do is we can carry on coding. So we have the all three of these children. So we have the sidebar header, sidebar search, and sidebar chats, right? I'm going to go ahead and go to sidebar, and I'm going to make this display flex.
Mhm.
Yeah, display flex. But I don't want this to be. I really don't want this to be in a row because it doesn't make sense. Then my sidebar would be in a row along the top. I want to do flex direction column like this. And that should actually go ahead and fix that for us. So I'm gonna go ahead and why is it still compiling?
That's so weird. Hold on, let me
Let
see.
me.
Command J.
I
Is it
can go
compiling on
ahead.
your end?
Yep.
Yeah, it's
Oh
still.
wait, I think it's.
You
Let
want to
me go ahead and
restart?
yeah, I'll restart it. There we go.
Yeah.
So I'll do npm start, and that should be doing it. Okay. Nice.
Fire is
Uh,
like learning a lot from this. Of course, guys, that's what we're here. We're here to teach you guys. We're here for all you to learn so much.
Exactly. And guys, like this is a huge jam-packed, like it is a value pack, this one. So then,
Nilesh, thank you
oh,
so much for the super chat. Looks like I learned so much from you guys. Done with Instagram clone, COVID-19 tracker. Looking for wow, and the COVID-19 tracker, and then looking forward to the WhatsApp clone. Let's go.
that's what
Nice.
I'm talking about. Nice, dude.
Oop.
Okay, I think now it should be up and running, Nas.
Okay. Let's see. I'm gonna refresh.
Yep.
Fresh one more time. So, oh, no, it still says starting web development server. So it looks like it's not done yet.
Okay, so we'll carry on coding for now. It might just be the RAM or something, but
Yeah.
what we can do is essentially what we have is that search outline hourglass, right? Then we have
Mhm.
the input placeholder. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to surround the entire thing inside of something called sidebar, and then it's going to be search container. Oops, god damn it, that is not container. It's a search container like this, right? And I'm going to go ahead and grab these two, boom, chuck it in there and save it like that, right? Now, with that said, what we're going to do now is go ahead and style this. So right now it would actually look kind of horrible. It would have a search container, it would have a search hourglass, and then it would have an input field with some nasty border around it. It's really frustrating. Why is that not?
I know, right?
Yeah, because that would be, it's really, really nice.
Come on,
to see.
React. You got this, React. Come on.
God damn it.
Come
It says
on.
starting the development server.
Guys,
Um,
drop some fire for React to start this development server, guys. Come on.
I mean, do you reckon, dude? I mean, like, we are almost at 1,300.
Holy
Like,
moly. And it just keeps going up. Insane, guys. What?
yeah, we're almost at, whoa, wait a minute. It says compiling. Oh my God. I think that's because GNet Network just dropped a donation.
I know. G Network did the whole thing, you know. She's like, yo, let's drop a donation. All of a sudden, localhost is like, boom. You know what? All right, I'm working.
Exactly.
Guys, we're 4 people away from breaking 1.3k viewers. Insane stuff.
Yeah, it's unreal today, dude. Unreal. I think it's actually done, Nas. If you hit the refresh button.
Let's try it. Come on. Come on. You got this. Come on.
Come on, you can do
Go.
this.
Let's go.
Hey!
Hey, let's go.
Nice. So now we have the search sidebar container. So you can see now that it looks ugly. So all of that to see
Yes.
an ugly container. So we have the sidebar search, and then inside of it, a sidebar search container. So I'm going to go ahead and make that look a little bit cleaner. So let's go ahead and do sidebar search like this. Oops. Sidebar __ search. And then what we're going to do is say display flex, because we want it to be flex. I want it to be centralized. So I'm going to say align item center. And then I'm going to give this little background color, right? So this background color, I believe, is a sort of like it's like an off gray. And I'm going to give it a height of 39 pixels and a padding of 10 pixels. So this was actually drafted from the WhatsApp designs themselves. So the ones that they did on WhatsApp, that's what I had and used inspiration sorry. So that's why we do that. And then the actual container itself is where we want to make it look a bit more nicer. So I'm going to go ahead and target the container. And I'm going to say, for this container, I want to do display flex, because we love display flex. I'm going to say align items centrally. Let's go ahead and save that. And you can see that should pull everything centrally. There we go. I will say the background color of the container should be white. We want a width of 100%, a height of 35 pixel, and a border radius of 20 pixels, which means it gives it a more rounded border, right? So if we go ahead and do that, now you can see there's a white border around it, and it has this sort of like, it's starting to look somewhat like a search field, right? But it's not, it's almost there, but it's not there yet.
Yeah.
Right. So the input field we're going to do next. So inside that search container, target the input field. So with this line here, and I'm going to say, give it a border none and a margin left of 10 pixels. So border none and margin left of 10 pixels. So if I do that, we actually get rid of the input border, and look at that. It automatically starts to come together a bit more.
I like that. That's so much cleaner.
Yeah. It's not so much cleaner, and then we've got one finishing touch. So now if we say, go ahead and target the Material UI icon. So remember, this is the icon class name that gets given by default. We're going to say, give it a color of gray.
What do you mean by default? This is actually the class name that's given. Like if I right-click this, you're talking about this one? So if I right-click this inspect element, let me see. If I go to the, put this at the bottom.
So the actual icon, the actual icon itself, if you inspect that little hourglass, it will give you a, it will give you the.
Oh, I see. You see that, guys? So it's a class MG right there, right here, guys. Okay, cool.
Exactly. And that will basically go ahead and give you. So we're saying target the Material UI icon, give it a padding of 10 pixels, and make it gray. So as soon as I do that, see, it kind of just ties everything together, which is super nice, right? And there you go. There we have like the search container. So very small changes, very subtle changes, but
that looks good. Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Subtle changes. You know what? Subtle changes make a big difference.
Yeah. Zainu says the 0.35 trick in Flex was awesome. Yeah, like we're going to show you when you combine that with the 65% for the chat, and you get like a perfectly responsive container. So it's really going to be some cool stuff coming up.
1.7K likes. Let's go.
Insane, dude. Insane. Mystery Snag says, I really appreciate this. Thanks a lot for these videos. Been watching a while. I just don't like commenting. Okay, nice, dude. Thank you for watching. We don't mind if you don't comment. As long as you're here, that's amazing.
Yeah, it's the most important thing.
Yeah. Nice. So the final part, guys, is the chats. Right? So we have the sidebar chats underneath, right? So let's go ahead and check that out. So we have the sidebar chat. And now what this is if we go to the deployed app, we can see all of those where it says add new chat and the clear the chats. Consider each of those things to be the same component. So even add new chat, surprisingly, is the same component as clear the chat. That one.
Yeah. Right here. Boom.
So that is all one component. But that whole section is what we're going to be building now, right? So now what I'm going to go ahead and do is for that one, I'm going to say, let's go ahead and so let's just, for now, I'm just going to say like H1. It's going to be this is an let's just say sidebar option or something, sidebar chat, something like this. And basically we're going to have it like this. So say we had a few of these options and we go ahead and save it, then we should see. Sambo Hamdan says, Sonny, I get positive energy when I hear your voice. Oh, thank you, dude. It might be the British accent, I guess. I love that.
Partially. And the rest is just Sunny. The rest is just Sunny the way it is. Guys, Sunny's just an amazing guy. Like, if you meet him in person and get talking, he's just a great guy. Which, actually, I haven't met you in person yet, so...
Yeah, I was just about to say that the 25 years we haven't even met. But guys, how crazy is that? We're like changing, like inspiring so many people, and we've never even met, which is like mind blowing. Right? So you can have an awesome team across the world, and you can still do your thing, which is insane.
Yeah. By the way, so Css, thank you so much for the 20 donation. Appreciate it.
Thank you. Nice. So now we have where we have sidebar chat, we're going to pretty much replace the sidebar chat h1 tag with a component which is called sidebar chat, like this, right? So we're going to have sidebar chat like this. Oops, chat. I'm going to go ahead and make that file. So I'm going to make a file called sidebar chat, like this, .js. And we should jump into that file now. And if I do rfce, boom, we get a nice little shortcut. No, let's do Command B. I think, you just opened that now, didn't you? Okay.
Yeah, I just did, yeah, just so they can see.
And then what we're going to do is our default setup, so we're just going to go ahead and create a sidebar chat.css, sidebar chat.css. Go ahead and do this. And here I'm going to do class name of sidebar chat, like that, right? And I need to create that sidebar chat CSS file, so sidebar chat.css like this. Nice. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to go ahead and style that. So firstly, the first thing I want to do is you see that sidebar. So firstly, it's freaking out because it's like sidebar chat is not defined. So I need to go ahead and import that. So I'm just going to go ahead and drop an import and it should work like this. And I'm going to save it. And now what I'm going to do is go ahead and do. So remember, we made it flex 1. All right. So we made it flex 1. So now what I'm going to do is, oh, wow.
Kazi donated $45 for to us.
I was like, yo, who the heck is that?
Wait, how does that work out?
That's insane. Kazi here.
Thank
that
you,
should
Kazi.
help us break 100. Thank you, dude. Let's go. Just want to say I love you all so much. We are helping build the best developer community on the planet. Damn right, bro.
Damn right, bro. Love you too, bro.
Insane.
Seriously, love you too, bro.
Exactly. This is insane. Right, so now it's saying expected and objects. Let's go ahead and check what's going on here. So it says sidebar chat. If I go ahead and open sidebar chat, it's because right now we actually haven't got anything inside of it. So if I go ahead and do this and say, hey, we should see hey pop up inside of the sidebar chat. There we go. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and get rid of these, okay? And I'm going to style the sidebar chats here. So I'm going to go ahead and do sidebar chat. Oh, no, sorry, sidebar.css. I'm going to go here. And this is something cool, guys. So if I do the following, so if I say, let's just give it a background color of blue, so it's super obvious about what we're about to do right now. So if I go ahead and do blue, like this, right? So here we can see that that's only using up like what it needs to, because it's flex, the direction is column, right? Now what I'm going to do here is I'm going to say flex 1. And check out what it does. It uses up all the rest of the space, which is awesome. It uses
so that's because we're using display and are we using flex direction column or is it just flex direction row?
That's flex direction column.
Gotcha. Yeah, exactly.
Yes. So the flex 1 would be in a vertical direction. And then what we're going to do is, so in the demo, we saw some things overflowing. So to fix that, we can do overflow scroll like that, right? Beautiful. And that will actually go ahead and fix that. If we have a flow, if we have something which is overflowing. Nice. So what we can do now is we can go ahead and do sidebar chat. So let's go ahead and let's just pop like a few of these on there so we can sort of exaggerate what's going on. And also, why we are definitely not going to leave that color. So let's go change that back to white, right? Because the sidebar is white. There we go. Nice. And you can see, guys, like it's already looking very clean. Like you've got like a somewhat sidebar.
It's insane, honestly, like guys. Really... What are you thinking? What are you thinking so far? Like, who's excited to just to build it? I mean, we're so close to actually having a look just like WhatsApp clone. Insane.
Yeah, it's insane. It's really crazy. Like this.
Go ahead, Sonny.
It's taken, I think, just under an hour, right? We're getting there pretty quick. Yeah.
And it took WhatsApp how many years to build their app? But it takes us how much? Just 1 hour.
Exactly. 1 hour and lots of coffee.
Yeah.
So now inside of sidebar chat, so sidebar chat.js. Now what we're going to do inside of here, guys, is we are going to create the following. So inside of sidebar chat, I have a few things. I have an avatar, right? And I'm going to show you guys a really nice little trick inside of here. So right now, rather than I didn't want to show you guys we've done plenty of stuff when it comes to having a URL which shows the avatar. We have that in this app as well. But I want to show you something else, and it's kind of a fun little trick that I did. And it's basically we're using an endpoint which gives you a random avatar. Right, so it gives you like a random face or random head, which is kind of cool. So I'm going to show you guys how to do that. So what we're going to do is here we have avatar. So let's go ahead and write avatar like this. Boom, boom, boom. And I need to import it at the top. So import avatar from Material UI core like this. Save it. And what we should see now is we should see avatars popping in. So we should see a bunch of avatars popping in.
Nice. Okay.
Nice. There we go. And then what we're going to have is we're going to have an info div. So I'm going to show you that cool little thing afterwards. So we say div sidebar chat underscore info like this. And then inside of here, we're going to have a h2. And the H2 is going to be the name or the room name. So in this case, it's going to just say room names for now, right? Because remember, our WhatsApp is slightly, we altered it a little bit. So we've done it for demonstrational purposes because we wanted a balance of everything. And so something that you guys could demo really nicely to an employer or something. So we've got a room name here. And then here we're going to have like the last message that was sent on that room is actually what comes up here. So we could just say last message ... right? And if I save that, we should see the following. So we should see something pop in now. Let's go ahead and check. There we go. Room name, last message. Awesome. And then we're also going to have, okay, so that will do for now. And basically, guys, this is really cool, right? So I actually found this not long ago. And basically what you can do is, if I do this, if I write source equals, so for that URL, I found a really neat little website called http avatars.dicebear.com API human, right? So, Naz, your word wrap doesn't seem to be on. If you go to,
Yeah, I don't know why. I got it. Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, so there we go. It's /. And then basically, what you do is you pass in, so you can pass in something here to human, and this could be human, it could be like animal face or something like that. But you could also do, if you pass in like a random string at the end of this, guys, it generates something based on that random string. So now if we go back to the React app.
Oh, right there, just like that. Sorry, I was looking
Yeah.
at the avatar stuff. That's cool. Look at this, guys. It literally says how to use it. You can literally just pass in anything, and that oh, that looks so good. Okay, now
It's cool, right? So it's called Dicebear avatars, and basically now if I go ahead and pass in a random string and save it, that seed. So with this random string at the end, we call it a seed. And basically, so here, if I go ahead and do like 1, 2, 3, save, and it should, if we refresh. Okay, interesting. So we've got source equals. Let's go ahead and see why that's happening. So, oh yeah, my bad, guys. My bad. So it should be at the end. It should be .svg at the end.
Oh, got it.
Okay. So this will be random string, so like some random string .svg. And then what this will do is, and it's also a vector icon, so it's going to scale really well. So you can do that. And now look at that, guys. And if I change this, yeah, like look at that. If I change this now, it's going to be a different avatar. So let's go ahead and do.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's nice, right? So this is just like a neat little trick that we were going to add in here just for some fun. Because we like to keep these things quirky, you know, show you guys some little tricks. So now what we're going to do is, in order to get a random string every time for that, I'm going to go ahead and use a use effect. So use effect is a hook inside of React. And basically what it does is it will run some code when the component loads, right? So it'll run some code when the component loads. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to call this. So this little string over here is something known as a seed, right? So this is something known as a seed. So what I can do here is I can pretty much wrap this in some string concatenation. So I can go ahead and do the following. I could say boom, 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 like this. And then I want to essentially have some variable here called seed, right? So if I go here and I use some state, so state inside of React is just a way of basically writing a variable. So here we have seed, set seed is sort of how we modify the value. And then
so we actually have to pass in something. We actually have to, like, there's no way where it's just like you just automatically get some random one.
No, yeah, it's a bit strange. I mean, like, I think it's because that way, if you had like a user ID or like something like that, it would always give you the same. You see what I mean? It would always give you the same one.
Yeah.
All right. So what we can do now is we can go here, and then for the use effect, I can do is all I've done very simply here is I've just made a math.random. So it's going to generate a number between 0 and 5,000. So this is the code. So it's going to do this. And basically what I'm doing here, guys, is very simple. I'm pretty much just doing set seed this. And what this will do is whenever the sidebar chat loads, it will calculate some random one, and it will basically go ahead and use that for the icon. So this is an example of just, it's going to generate random ones for the room every time. I need to go ahead and import use state. There we go.
Arjun, thanks so much for the donation. Appreciate it. Hey, let's go.
Yeah, nice. And now you can see, look, hey, we got random avatars for every room. Right?
Where? Oh yeah, we do. We do. Look at that.
Yeah, nice.
Dang.
You see that? His girlfriend is already giving him too much love.
It's so funny. We have people like, hey, I'm the number one fan of Kazi. I'm the number one fan of Sunny. I'm the one fan of Nas. It's like so many people. It's amazing, man. I love the love that we have in these comments, man. Insane stuff.
Hey, I love that. Nice. Oh, because I can see everyone saying I'm a fan, and somebody everyone goes.
Meherban is like, I'm the number one fan of Sunny.
That's my girl. Keep it up. Nice. So now let's go ahead and carry on. So we've got the seed, which is generated randomly, which is why even if we refresh, we'll get like a different avatar every time. So just kind of a little cool trick for this demonstration. And yes, I know it's going to be different every time. It was a bit of fun. That's why we do that. So now what we're going to do is we are actually going to go ahead and make this so that it accepts some props, right? So we want this to actually accept some props. So at this point, we have the room name and last message. Actually, for now, we don't need to worry about that. We pretty much have it. Let's go ahead and style this so it looks nice. So I'm going to go ahead and we got sidebar info. There we go. Yep, so nice. So what I'm going to do is go ahead into sidebar chat.css. Awesome. And I'm going to go ahead and style this now. So sidebar.chat. And what I'm going to do is first, I'm going to say for sidebar chat, I want it to be display flex. So display flex like this. And I want to say padding of 20 pixels, right? So it's padding of 20 pixels. And now we should see everything goes into a row and it's got its own little bit of padding, right? Now I want the background color to be, I want the cursor to be a pointer. So I want the cursor to have a little pointer type, which means when you hover over it, it should be a little finger. And I want a border underneath all of them to be a little sort of gray, right? So let's go ahead and add that in. And we should see now that every single one will have a little border underneath it, hopefully. So
would you look at that? You guys see that? You guys see that right here? Let me see. See that right here? You see that? It's like it's so minor, but you can see it right here. Hold on, let me.
That did add a border right underneath.
It did. It's like very minor. Here, I'll do like command plus. Hold on, I'll do. You guys see it right here?
Okay.
Yeah, right there. Hey, that looks so crisp and clean.
Awesome. Nice. So now what we're going to do is I want it so that when you hover over it, it gives it a different color. So we can use a hover property here. So we can say when you hover, give it a background color. And this is like this is the gray color that they give you when you hover over something inside of React. So inside of WhatsApp, sorry. So now if you hover over those fields, Nas.
Oh, look at that. Oh, that looks so good. Oh, I just want to keep hovering them. Nice.
Awesome, right?
Nice. Yeah, I like that. That's really cool.
Yeah. So now, why is mine? I mean, is my autosave on? I think it is. One sec. Preferences. Because it keeps basically saving, I think. Oh, no, it's not. It's not.
What, is it not supposed to be saving?
I just keep saying compiling. I mean, it's fine.
It can't handle the amount of energy that we're just giving here, man.
I know, right?
It just needs to keep compiling.
Man. Somebody goes, Sunny looks like Ross from Friends.
Honestly, maybe.
That's
in a way.
Dude. Oh my god. I've been told like I'm kind of like Ross from Friends, but that's so funny.
Oh man. And you kind of speak like him too. I mean, without the British accent, but you know.
Yeah.
The voice, just the voice is deep. You know what I mean?
That's so funny. Even Memo goes, he behaves like Ross. Trust me. That's so funny.
That's insane.
Oh man, shots are being fired now. Also, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna style the H2 tag, right? So the H2 tag, we don't want it to be looking like that. So I'm gonna say inside of the sidebar info. So sidebar chat info, I'm gonna target the H2. So target the H2. And I'm going to go ahead and do font size of 16 and margin bottom of 8 pixels. So it gives it a little bit more room to breathe, right? And then we save it. And now we should see, okay, it gave it a little bit more space. And then what I'm going to say is the actual sidebar info, so the stuff that has a text inside of it, give it a margin left of 15. And we'll see it push away from the text. So now if we do that, you can see now it's pushed away from text. So it gives it a nice little fill. And we did show when you hover over it, right?
Yes, we did. So yeah, right here, as I hover over it right here, boom, right there.
There you go.
See that?
Awesome. Nice. So now what we're gonna do is even Frank's jumped in. Hey, see, someone has my back. Bojack Kate says that explains why he's so cool. I think Russ is cool, dude. I think Russ is cool.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
That's so funny. Okay, so that's dope. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna have it so that we actually can we can customize it. So I want it so that if I pass in a prop called add new chat, right? This sidebar component is going to be reusable. So here's where we pass in the props over here, right? Someone goes, Nas, you're Joey.
Wait, what? Really?
And you know what? I can see it a little bit. I can see it a little.
What? All right, fine. Okay, I mean, it's not bad. It's not bad. I like it. Okay, okay.
Here we go, add new chat like this. So now I'm going to pass in a prop called add new chat. And when we pass this in, I'm going to conditionally render this component so it looks slightly different, but keep some of the styling, right? So what I'm going to do is here for the first one, I'm going to say this is an add new chat sidebar, right? So add new room, add new chat. That's the sort of functionality that we're going for here. And what I'm going to say is, before we return our JSX, I'm going to say if it's not the add new chat, so if it's not the add new chat, then I want it to basically show the normal stuff. Otherwise, render out the following. And I'm going to basically do this. I'm going to have the following. I'm going to say render out a div with a class name of sidebar chat. So we want to keep the styling the same. And when we click it, I want to execute some function called create chat, which we haven't coded up at this point. And it's just going to have an H2 inside of it saying add new chat, right? So at this point, if I go ahead and just create a function called const create chat, this, and then basically what I want to do is just at this point just say we can just leave that blank for now. So if I save that, we should come back and see. So let's refresh localhost.
Refreshing.
There we go. You can see add new chat, right?
Yep. Oh, right there.
So,
where is it? Wait, where?
You see on top of where it says room name?
Oh, right there, right there. Add new chat. Okay, okay, cool.
So you see it's still got that it's still got that stuff right there, yeah?
Yeah. Add new chat, rooms, cool.
Yeah. And it fits in line with something. We're just reusing a prop. Yeah, so we're just reusing a prop here. So now what I'm going to do is when we click that create chat, I want a pop-up to come up which says, please enter a name for the chat. So in order to do that, it's very simple. We just say const room name. So I'm going to store the response in a variable called room name. And then here I'm going to say, prompt, please enter a name for chat. And then what I want to do is I'm going to say if.
Yo, we broke 2,000 likes, guys.
Oh my God, dude.
Insane stuff. Thank you so much. We love you all. Love the support. Let's keep this going.
Yeah.
Let's get it to 3. Let's get it to 3K.
Let's go to 3, dude.
Let's go to 3K. Are you guys ready to get a 3K?
Yeah. Get your family on board. Get everyone. Get your sister, get your brothers.
Get your brother. Get your sister. Get your friends. You know, bring your friends over. Be like, okay, yo, sit down. Let's everybody sit down. Let's watch Sunny and Nas.
Kazi said hit the air horns. I think it's.
I want to. Hold on, but for some reason my stuff is not working. My sound effects are not working. I don't know why. I keep. I don't know.
There we go.
Wait, hold on. Before we go, I got the perfect gift for this. Ready? Ready for this?
Oh my God! Wait. As you said that, Carol Ramirez just said keep it up, and he dropped $10, dude. In the
no
donation.
way, guys. But wait, I know you can't see it, Sunny. But let's just say there's a really funny gift right now playing that yeah.
Oh man.
Well, here. Actually, no, I'll show you the gift. Here's the gift. Here's the gift. Trust me, right here.
Oh, nice. Awesome.
This is the gift.
All right, guys, we just hit officially over $100 in donations. That's insane. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. All right, let's keep going strong, guys. So now we're saying if we click that, hit that add new chat button, what I want to do is I'm going to prompt get a room name, and then only if they entered something in the room name, I want to do some clever stuff here. So do some clever stuff in the database here. right? So we'll come back to this point here. So I'm just leaving a little note here. Do some clever database stuff here, okay? Nice. So now if I go ahead and hit save on that, now we should see. So Naz, I want you to click on add new chat.
Okay, I see. Cool.
You see? Yeah. So that's awesome.
So
So now if
let's go
we
ahead.
type anything in there,
Okay,
it
so
won't
this
actually
is
it won't actually do anything. It'll just close, but we actually capture that variable inside of room name.
okay. So dance room.
Yeah. Dance room, exactly.
All right.
And we basically, and eventually the goal is that that'll pop in and it'll say dance room, right?
Okay.
That'll be awesome. So nice. So with that said, I think what we're going to do is we're going to sort of break this up into different components. But now let's go ahead and add the chat. So let's add the chat. Let's get that started, and then we can start wiring everything up so it starts to work in the fashion that we expect, right?
Cool. Cool.
So inside of app.js, what we're going to do is let's go back to our sort of notes, and here we've got the chat. So let's go ahead and create the chat, right? So chat like this. Boom. Go ahead and remove answers. And you see, guys, it's just clean. It's a really nice way of doing that. So really handy sort of thing to get used to. I'm going to create a chat.js component. And I'm doing RFCE. Boom. Like this. And let's go ahead and do a quick setup. So we say class name equals chat. And then here I'm going to say, oops, class name equals chat. And then we're going to say import chat.css like this, save, and there we go. And now what I'm going to do is this chat is actually going to render out. Oh, did I create? Oh, no, I didn't create a chat.css. So chat.css. Chat.css, boom, like that. I'm going to go ahead and save that. And inside of here, now what we're going to do, guys, is I'm going to say chat.css. And remember, guys, I actually spoke earlier about how we wanted to, we used the 35, so 0.35 to get the 35% of the screen on the using, we want the sidebar to use 35% of the screen. But for the right side, the chat, I want the chat to go ahead and use flex 0.65. And what this will do is we'll use up the remaining 65% of the screen. So to prove that this works, we can go ahead and do background color. Let's just say blue. Save it, and I can save this one. And if I save this one as well, so it's pulling it in. So
Not
chat is not defined.
You need to import the chat.
Yep, so I need to import.
Yeah. Yeah, so you can see right here, guys. You just import the chat. Boom, right here. Beautiful.
Nice.
And then here's the chat. So that's what we're working on. We're working on, which is this specific section right here, guys.
Exactly. Cool. And can you see now that it's using up that perfect 65% of the screen, right? So the blue is actually really nice to visualize that.
I like that. That's really clean.
Yeah. Really, really nice way of showing that, right? Now, what we can do is we actually want to sort of go ahead and make this look a bit nicer. So inside of chat, so I'm going to just double check my notes. So we've got inside of chat, we have a few sections. So again, guys, what we done before, we're going to do the same here. So we're going to have 3 divs. The first one's going to say div, and it's going to say chat header, right? So this is going to be the top section of the chat. Inside of here, we're going to have what the chat room was, when somebody was last seen, those icons that we see, all of that stuff on the top. Then we're going to have the chat body, right? Then we're going to have the chat body. Now, the chat body is pretty self-explanatory. It's all of that stuff in the middle, right? It's all that stuff where the actual chat exists, right? And then we're going to have the chat footer, right? So div chat footer, yeah, right? Now the chat footer is where we're going to have the input field and all of that stuff, and that's where that's going to live. So now that we have that in place, let's go ahead and start filling this out a bit. So let's focus solemnly on the chat header for now. And what we're going to do is the chat header, we see an avatar. So let's go ahead and pop an avatar inside of there. I need to import it at the top. So I went and did that at the top. I'm going to do this and save. So everything gets prettified. And let's go into our localhost.
Oh, my bad. Hold on. I was showing them some stuff. Right here. Okay.
Yep. And you can see we've got that little avatar, right?
Yep, right there. I see it.
Awesome. Right. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And then what I'm going to do next is actually go and say, so I actually used the same seed trick here to get like everything sort of up and running. So I'm going to quickly implement that. So at the top, I'm just going to do, so it's basically the same thing we did last time. So we have the seed, and then I said I made a use effect, which basically ran with the component loads. And then inside the avatar, what I did is set the source to basically be one of those randomly generated URLs, okay? Because what we're doing is here, I just want it to be, I didn't want to spend too much time on this portion of it. I just wanted it to be very simple so that it showed an avatar for this part of it. So I'm going to go ahead and import. So I'm going to do this, use state and use effect. And guys, you can connect this all to the DB, that part of it, and pull those in. But for this, I'm just showing you so that it's more simple. So we can go ahead and do that. And now we can see we've got an avatar in there, right? That's much nicer than looking at that boring one.
Yeah.
So now what we can do is we've got the avatar, and I'm going to have another div inside of the header. And this div is going to be called the div header info. So chat __ header info. And this is where the text lives. So inside of it, I'm going to have a h3. And this is going to be the room name. So I'm just going to say room name for now. And underneath that, I'm going to have a p tag. And this is going to say something like last seen at blah, blah, blah. Right, it's going to have some kind of date there, last seen. Let's just go ahead and save that. And we should see at the top now, it should pop in. So you can already see it's kind of getting hard to see with that blue background. So I'm going to go ahead and remove. And there we go. So now we can see it very clearly. Right? So we've got the last scene. And then what we're going to do is on the right side, because we've got loads of icons grouped up on the right, remember, we want to get into this habit of constantly having everything inside of its own container. So in this case, what I'm going to do is create a div. I'm going to say header right. Right, so chat header right. So header right. Oops. Like this, right? And this again has three icons. It has a search outlined icon, so it has a search outline, an attach file, and a more, so 3 dots. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and wrap those like we did earlier inside of icon buttons. So inside of these icon button containers. And what that did, remember, if we remember from earlier, that actually just went ahead and made it clickable. So that gave us that nice ripply effect. So what I can do at the top is I can go ahead and import those things, save the file. And what we can now see is we should have 3 icons.
Okay.
And they're all clickable.
Boom, boom.
Right?
Okay. Okay, cool.
So that's awesome. So we can see those things right there, and that's really nice. But it's still not looking the way we kind of want this to look. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and style the chat header, right? So I'm going to make the chat header look a lot nicer. So to get that working, let's go ahead and open up our chat.css, and I'm going to go ahead and say the following. I'm going to say chat header, and I'm going to give it a padding of 20 pixels firstly, because nothing likes to touch the sides. So 20 pixels, I'm going to give it a display flex, so that way it's not block and everything's stacking up on top of each other. We want it to be in a horizontal row like that. Then I'm going to go ahead and say align the items centrally in case they're off center, and I'm going to give a border bottom of 1 pixel, and it's a light gray color. So let's go ahead and add that. And we can see it. There we go. It added that light gray, right?
Beautiful.
So again, you can see things start to come together quite nicely. Then the header info. So I want the header info to actually go ahead and use up most of that room there. So I'm going to go ahead and say flex 1 and give a padding left of 20 pixels. So let's go ahead and do that. And you can see now that goes ahead and pushes the rest of the stuff away, right?
When you say header info, you're talking about this one specifically, right?
So header info is where we say room name and last seen at. That's a container called header info.
So it's this one specifically. Okay, from here. Got it. Okay.
We changed that to be flex 1, so it basically becomes the boss and it takes up all the room.
Got it. It's the boss now. I'm the boss now. So I'm gonna take up all the room. That's what that div is saying.
Oh my god, we got 2,200 likes on this video so far. Holy crap,
Holy moly, guys. Guys, come on. We can get it to 3K. You got this.
Yeah, we can get that to 3K. We can definitely get that to 3K.
Yell it out the window if you have to, you know?
Exactly. Just tell the entire street.
Exactly.
So now we're going to target the H3 here. So we're going to say H3, and we're going to go ahead and do margin bottom of 3 pixels and a font weight of 500. So that goes in line with what WhatsApp have. So let's go and do that, and then boom, it gives it a less border look. And then we're going to go ahead and do the same thing for the p tag, but I'm just changing the color of the p tag to be gray. So it says last seen at should now turn gray. That's
Mm-hmm.
nice. And then for the header right, what I'm going to go ahead and do is they display flex. So all of those icons are going to be in a row. I mean, they look like they're in a row right now, but let's go ahead and ensure that they stay correctly. And we're going to give it a min width of 100 pixels. Let's go ahead and do that. And you can't see the difference. When it gets smaller, it's actually kind of hard to actually sort of, it will show you that when it gets a bit smaller. So with
So
that
like
said,
main width
that,
may say okay, I see what you mean. Okay.
yeah. So give it a minimum width. There we go. Nice. And you see, I really do love that place items. So you see that it just set everything up so nicely that like it
Which
always
one? What
stays
are you
like.
talking about? What are you talking about? The place items.
So remember the actual the sort of amount like the whole card that the app is essentially sitting on.
Yeah.
Remember we used that display grid trick in the beginning?
Yeah. Yeah.
It's such a nice trick because even when you make it bigger, everything kind of just resizes
Yeah.
and
It's
that
almost like mobile friendly and it's that stuff friendly. Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
yeah, like that combined with Flexbox, you just get some just amazing responsiveness. Yeah,
WhatsApp, you got a competition right here.
I know, right? It's crazy. So now we have the header right, and then what we're going to do now is go ahead and create the body. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so the body is a bit more interesting. It's a bit more where we're going to sort of get a bit nitty gritty with a
Yeah.
sort of a little trick I'm going to show you guys. So for the body, let's go to chat body, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and say, so I'm going to actually style the chat body first before I add anything inside of it. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to say chat.
Travel Tools. Thanks so
Oh,
much. It says love your teaching, Sonny.
thank you so much, dude. Thank you so much. We appreciate that. I appreciate you watching and being here. So thank you so much. Um, yeah. So now we have the chat body. Where am I looking? Where am I looking? Where am I looking? Chat body. Yeah, here we go. So the chat body. Now, what I'm gonna do is every child. So we have those three sections that we basically added: the chat header, the body, the footer. I'm going to make the entire container follow the flex rule. So it's going to say display flex, and I want it to not be in a row. Because if I do this now, you'll see that everything will kind of jump into a row. There it goes. It jumps into a weird sort of state of mind. So you're going to do
What
flex
happened there?
direction column,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
flex
Oh,
direction
I see. I
column,
see. I see.
yeah, and that will do it. And then chat body, what I'm going to say is to chat body, I'm going to give this is the background image of WhatsApp. So I'm going to go ahead and pop this in here. I'm making this background image. You might need to do word wrap, Naz, for this.
Mm-hmm. I'm doing it. It's just
So
for some reason it keeps toggling and then untoggling. I don't understand why. It's like
yeah, I think it might be a case of setting it inside of system set preferences,
yeah,
but
yeah,
it might be all right. Yeah.
yeah.
So if I go ahead and save that, what we should do now is it actually has set the container to be the correct size, but the containers right now is flex, so it's not going to use up any space. So if I go ahead and do flex 1, it will
Mm-hmm.
take up the most space it can, and we should see it at this point.
Oh,
So
look at
yeah,
that.
nice, right? You
Yeah, it
see that
looks
little nice background,
right here. And
yeah?
where did you get this background, by the way?
That was just off Google Images. It's the WhatsApp default background. So whenever you sign up
Okay.
to WhatsApp, they have
Uh-huh.
this like quirky little background on it. So that's the one that they have.
Nice, 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 nice. Beautiful.
Yeah. Here we have background repeat, background position center, padding of 30 pixels, and an overflow of scroll. So I'm going to go ahead and add all of those things. And this basically means that if it ever runs out, if say it's on a huge screen size, it's just going to repeat the image. Because it's that kind of background image, you don't really care if that gets repeated. If it feels like some kind of picture, then you don't want to repeat it. Obviously, you want to scale it. And we want to position it in center, padding of 30 pixels, so that anything inside of it isn't going to touch the sides. An overflow of 30, which overflow scroll, which means if we have like a bunch of different sort of like a bunch of text, we can scroll through it. That's what that's going to
Mm-hmm.
allow us to do. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
so that's awesome. And now with that said, we're going to go ahead and actually go ahead and add some messages inside of that container. So let's go ahead and go back to chat, go here, and I'm going to go ahead and add like a little message. So I'm going to say, imagine we had a message and it had a p tag of something like this. It says chat message. And this was like, hello, oh, let's just say, hey guys, as an example. So this is going to be an example message, right? So it's going to say, hey guys. And then what I'm going to say is we have, so it'll say something like that. So you can see it says, hey guys, right? we need to make that look like an actual proper message now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go ahead and we're going to span a few things inside of it. So we have a name and a timestamp. Oh, there we
You
go. My
okay?
mic just went.
What's going on?
Yep. I think we're back. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. My mic, I think I just knocked it out. So then.
Just like too much for me. Too much for me to handle.
So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to style that chat message. So I'm going to go here and say chat message. And I'm going to go ahead and say position relative because we want to, oh, oops, what the hell was that? Position relative.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say font size of 16 pixels, a padding of 10 pixels. So let's go add those in, save. And I'm going to give it a background color of white.
Mm-hmm.
And put this in so you guys can see it's exactly what I'm talking about here. So you can see that's the background of that thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then what I'm going to go ahead and do is, I think it's white, is it? Yeah, I'm sure it's white.
That's white. That's
Yeah.
white.
Yeah, it's white, yeah. And
Yeah.
then we're going to say, give it a border radius of 10 pixels. So a border radius of 10 pixels.
To round it a little bit.
Yeah, so it gives it like a message fill. And then if you only want the width to fit the contents, right? You just need to do width, fit, content. And what that will do is, depending on how much text is in there, it will just reach that amount, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say margin bottom of 30 pixels. So that way, if we have messages stacked up on top of each other, they're not going to be touching. They're going to have spacing between them, right?
Yeah. So where'd you put the margin bottom?
So I chucked that. It's on the message.
Okay,
so if I go ahead and add a second message like this, we'll see it should say, hey guys, hey guys. So once that loads up again.
Nice.
There we go.
Okay.
Yes, yeah. So now what I'm going to do is every message should have a chat name. So it should have a name of who sent the chat because we're doing it in like a group sort of fashion. And it should have a timestamp, right? So for the chat name, I'm going to go in and basically, this is where we have where it says, hey guys. I'm going to go ahead and add inside of that p tag a span, which says chat name. And it says message. So in this case, let's just go ahead and assume that it's Sunny, right? So Sunny Sanga or something like this. And then the chat name, right? So if I go ahead and save that, now what we will see is it will have like Sunny Tango afterwards, but I don't want it to look like that. I want it to look like sort of appear like a nice sort of chat name sort of.
We kind of want to have at the bottom, like here, guys. You see that right there? That's exactly what I want right there. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly like that.
Yeah.
So now what we're gonna say is chat name, and because I made the parent, so I made the message chat message position relative. Now if I do position absolute here, this will be absolute in relation to the chat message, right? So if I say top, let's just say top minus 15 pixels, then what it's going to do is it's going to go minus 15 pixels from the top of that message, right? And then if what I need to do then is also go ahead and do that's interesting. One second. It says chat body.
What's up?
Chat message. I think I've done that, right? So if we go ahead and do chat message here, like this, and then we're going to do chat name top 50. If I do top 0, let me just double check. Top 0.
Are you using the display like this, trying to position absolute or what?
I'm just trying to I'm just trying to position that correctly. So if I do a font size of extra small, you see it right now, it's kind of sticking to the right of it, which isn't correct. What we need to do is, of course, so I actually messed this up myself. I need this to come before, the actual message. So inside the actual layout, that's why. So I want it to actually come before. And if we save that, we can now see it comes up there, right? So obviously that doesn't look perfect yet. We will get it there. We'll somewhat make it look perfect. And then what I'm going to do is for the timestamp. So I'm going to go ahead and add a timestamp.
2.3K likes, guys. Insane. Unbelievable.
That's insane. Nice, guys. That's insane. So a few people are saying left 0. Yeah, I know. I was thinking left 0, but I don't think I need that just yet. Yeah. I'm going to go ahead and add a timestamp span as well. And here it's going to basically have a time. So let's just say 3:52 p.m. or something like that. Right? So for the timestamp, I'm going to go ahead and go to chat, and I'm going to go here and I'm going to say for the timestamp, give it a margin left of 10 pixels and a font size of extra, extra small. Like this. So now if I save it, there you go. So that's there correctly and nice. And then on that side, we have it like that. So that's awesome. I'm going to open this up on my local host as well, so I can go ahead and check how this looks, because I'm not entirely sure why it's looking like that. One sec. Because it says, okay. So this is because we have done, let's have a look. So we've got the chat message, padding 10 pixels, padding 10 pixels. And then over here we have chat message, p tag, chat message, chat receiver. Okay, interesting. I mean, we can style that out afterwards. We can fix it. Yeah, it's fine.
Are you trying to style? Are you trying to put it more up top?
Yeah, I mean, what we could do is, oh, sorry, this is why.
Do top negative.
I done it as minus 15 pixels. That's fine. Yeah.
Hey, there we go.
Nice. That's it. Awesome, dude. That's nice. And then what we can do now is, like, imagine this entire thing would be one message. That's how we kind of see it, right? But we also have a variation, right? So I want to have it so that if I was to add another class name, so chat message, but also chat receiver, I want it to have the same styling, but I want it to be blue or like whatever color it is in WhatsApp. I think it's blue. Or it's like a green maybe. But it's basically, I want it to be like a kind of green, but then on the right. Now, this is simpler than you might think. So what I can do is I can go here, add the following. I can just say chat receiver.
Oh, like the one on the right is green. And okay, you guys see that right here? Right there. Yeah. So this is white and then this is green. Yeah. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Cool.
So what I can do here to get that to work is I can say margin left auto and background color green. Like this little green here. This is the WhatsApp green. And guys, look how easy this is. As soon as I save this, boom.
Hey, let's go. Damn.
That's insane. Insane, right? Like, so now what we can do is, to make this very clever, is we can go ahead and change this to a like a JavaScript kind of string, so string interpolation, and I can basically go ahead and do this. I can go ahead and say we can put this inside a sort of a condition, and I can say only add this class if some kind of condition is true, right? So I'm leaving it as true for now, but we're gonna come back to this point and say, like, if it's the user who signed in, then this will get evaluated to true. So he's going to be sending the message. So his message should come up as green, right? Otherwise, if you're not signed in, so Naz, if you go onto the deployed version now, and if you type a message in, notice how all of your messages are in the green, but everyone else's messages are in the white.
Ah, I see. Okay, that makes sense. And then so you're trying to figure that out based on if the user's logged in or not. Yeah.
So we're going to come back to that point and actually go ahead and implement.
By the way, Luis, thanks so much for the $5 donation. I'm not sure what that is, but he says thank you guys for motivating me to learn more and more. I'm just one Brazilian developer that starts to follow the channel this week. Amazing projects, of course. Appreciate your donation. Appreciate your kind comments.
Amazing. Thank you so much, dude, for that. Massively appreciate you watching. Yeah, so that's awesome. We actually have the sort of message bit done. And what we're going to do is eventually, so this message right here is going to basically be, we're going to map through a database, go ahead and get some messages, and then just render this out as many times as we see messages.
What is this true? So this true right here, where this true will be coming from?
So this true will eventually, so the actual thing that we're going to have is once we pull it from the database, you're going to see this expression here.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, so it's going to say if the message name is equivalent to the user's display name, so that's what you log in with, then we render it as you're the receiver.
Got it. Right? Okay, cool.
And this will render to true or false, but for now we're just going to assume it's true, right? Whoa, Jessica. With 20, is that Mexican dollars?
I don't know what that is. I'm so horrible at this. And then no, I just like 20 money.
Yeah. Karthik Katri says, is this also responsive? Yes, it is responsive. Definitely.
Jessica, thank you very much.
Nice. Thank you. So now what we're going to do is we have the chat footer, right? So we talked about everything else. Let's go ahead and finish the chat footer. And then we can go ahead and wire this stuff up, right? So what we can do is we can, so now what we can go ahead and do is actually go ahead and fill this out. So on the chat footer, let's go to the deployed version now.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And on the deployed version, on the footer, you can notice how we have the emoji, we have the input box, and then we have the microphone, right?
Yep.
So
three
that
things.
emoji, yeah, exactly. So that emoji is known as the insert emoticon icon.
Mm-hmm.
The mic icon is known as easy enough, mic icon.
Mm-hmm.
And the middle is a form, right? So the middle is a form. So here,
Yeah.
form, like this,
Input
right?
box.
Yeah. And the reason why I've wrapped it in a form is because it's we want to have that enter functionality, right? So I'm
Right.
going to
Yep.
chuck in input field here, and
Yeah.
let's just put input field, and let's just have a button which says send a message.
Guys,
So
just want to say, guys, 2.4K likes. Hey.
oh my God, nice, dude. Also, guys, apologies if your message gets deleted because you wrote in all caps. Sometimes our sort of automated bot might get rid of your message, so try not to write in all capitals.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's a bit sensitive, and it thinks you're screaming at us.
Yeah. It thinks you're doing something
Yeah.
bad or spamming. So yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Just yeah.
Nice. So now what we're gonna do is we have that input field. So let's go over to our localhost.
Okay, dokie. Localhost. Oh, localhost is broken.
Oh, nice. That's exactly what we wanted.
Let's go.
Juicy. And now what we're going to do is at the top, I'm going to go ahead and import those two missing dependencies. And we should see. Ah,
man, it's too easy.
there we go. Right. So with that said, the app's done, guys. I'm joking.
All right, adios.
Yeah.
Divine, thanks so much for
IT solution. Thank you,
yeah,
dude.
nice work. Yeah.
Awesome. Let's go ahead and style this now. So the chat footer, right? Because that looks horrible.
Yeah. I'm gonna put us in the corner somewhere.
Chat footer. So I'm gonna go ahead and style this. Say chat footer. You guessed it. We're gonna do display flex because we love that stuff. And then we're gonna do justify content space between, because I want each of the children inside of that container to be spaced apart. I want them to be centrally, vertically aligned. So I'm gonna say align item center. And then I want the height to be 62 pixels because that's what they have on WhatsApp. And I want the border top to be 1 pixel solid light gray. If we add that in, there you go. Gives it a nice little effect, right? So now with that said, what I'm going to do is go ahead and add the following. I'm going to say for the form, I want the form to take up the most room, right? So I want the form to take up the majority of that space. So let's go ahead and do. No, are you laughing? What I saw?
Sunny's so handsome. Is that one? Which one? Wait.
I was just looking at that. It's cracked me out.
That's true. I agree with that, guys.
Nice. So you got chat footer is greater than form. Oh, sorry. Chat footer is we're targeting the form. We're saying flex one, and we want the form itself to be display flex. So I'm gonna go ahead and save that. And then we can see now it's actually taking up the majority of the room. So if I actually go ahead and visualize this and say background color and make it blue, for example, now you'll see it's actually taking up the majority of that space. Right, so it is taking up the majority of that space, and I will get rid of that in a sec. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to say target the input inside of that form. Then I want to do flex one, so I want the input to take up the majority of the space, like this.
So we're going to do flex one on the input, correct?
Yep. So I'm going to do flex one on the input field, like this, and then I'm going to do border radius of 30 pixels, like this. So let's go ahead and save that. And there we go. You can see like it's taking up more of that space, and the input field you can see it's got that rounded sort of edge. Whoa, Tony Neary, thank you so much, dude. just
Thank you,
dropped in a
Tony.
donation. Awesome. Thank you so much. So we have the border radius 30 pixels, and then I'm going to give it a padding of 10 pixels. And I'm going to get rid of that border. And with that, I'm going to get rid of the background color because we know it works, right? So we don't want to do that. So do that, and boom, we get that. Okay. Now, guys, there's a very nice little trick, right? So whenever you have a form, you have some input, yeah? So firstly, let's go ahead and give the placeholder of that input some value because it looks horrible like that. Let's go ahead and do this. The type of message, that way it sort of gives it a bit more UI. So let's do that.
Ooh, ooh.
So now, whenever we have this kind of thing, right? If you want to keep the enter functionality, but you don't want to have a button which says send a message, you need to include the button in your code, but it's a very little neat trick that you can do. It's kind of like a nice little hack, and I do it all the time. And it's the easiest way that I've found to do it. You basically go ahead, target that button, and all you need to do is display none for that button. And you actually keep the functionality of the submit, so you can actually still do an enter to submit, but you actually get rid of that headache of having to sort of do like detecting when the user hits the enter key and all that rubbish. So you don't have to worry about any of that. So that's really handy. And what I'm going to do also is I'm going to target the icons. So go here and target the icons and say give them a padding of 10 pixels and a color of gray. So let's add that in, and we should see, boom, gives it a nice little finishing touch.
Nice.
Awesome. Yeah. So with that said, now let's go ahead and let's hook up that form a little bit. So the form, whenever you type a value inside of there, so firstly, every form has to have some kind of submit. So what we don't, even though we don't see the button, it's going to represent the submit, right? So you have to give that a submit. And then what we're going to do is we're going to do on click, which means that when you hit the enter key, it triggers off some kind of function. This function, we're going to call it send message because that's what we intend to do when we hit the enter key. So send message is going to go up here. So I'm going to go ahead and make an empty function called send message. And that's just going to do the following. And we can pass E in as an event. Awesome. And then what I'm going to do is for the input field. So we want to keep track of what the user says. If Naz is typing a message inside of that input field, we need to keep track of it inside of the state, inside of React, so that we know, so that we, for example, when he hits the enter key, so we can push that into a database, we can do whatever we want with that value. But in order to do that, we need to store it in state, okay? So in order to keep it in state, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a piece of state called input. So like this, I'm going to say const input, set input, and then I'm going to give it a default value of empty. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to say the value of our input field is that input variable that we just set up. And what I need to do is I need to actually keep track of, so every time Naz types into that box, we trigger an on change, right? On change is something where basically it gets fired off every time. So we get some kind of event gets fired off. So E, right? What we can do is we can say set the input. So update the input variable with e.target.value, which is basically the latest entry that Naz has basically typed in. So now, when we do this, every time he types in, it should be updating on the screen. So as he types it in, it should update and type a message. So let's go ahead and type something.
This is a message.
Nice. So you can see it's updating on there, but it's also stored in memory now. So now input is also a variable that we can actually reference.
So when you say it's updating, it's actually updating. You're saying in the input you're talking about, correct?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
So it's updating and it's mapped to our input variable, which is inside of the state.
Right, got it. So it's actually saving right now. What's the big difference?
Exactly. Now it's actually saving to that variable, which means that when we come to use it, we can do something cool with it, right? So what we're going to do now is we need to do something like this. We need to say e.prevent default, e.prevent default like this. And then I'm going to do console.log. And just a sort of test right now. I'm going to say console.log, you typed, I'm going to say input like this. Right, so now if you open up the inspector, type in and hit the enter key, e.prevent default will stop it from refreshing, and it should actually say you typed, and then it will show you what you typed in.
Inspect, okay, and then I do go to console.
Yep.
And then say yo.
Nice. So that's awesome,
nice.
right?
Yeah, that
Yeah.
is awesome. That is awesome.
Yeah. That will get it working in a really nice way. Kamiran Ibrahim says, "Are you storing the messages on Firebase later?" Yes, we are. We will be
Yep.
connecting everything to the database in a sec. But yeah, now this was sort of that. This is the sort of foundation to get everything sort of to the point we need it to, and then we can go ahead and introduce the
Yep.
backend. So that's awesome. So we actually got that working nicely now. Okay. So I think at this point, what we can do is we can actually go ahead and introduce the sort of introduce Firebase. So earlier on, Naz went ahead and got the Firebase config from Firebase, right? Thank you,
Mm.
Nikhil Verma, for that lovely donation. He says, keep it up. We definitely will, dude. We definitely will.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, so here we got the Firebase config. So before we carry on, we need to open up the terminal. So let's go ahead and pull up the terminal.
Okay. Oh. Got
Some
it.
people are saying don't show the config. Guys, it doesn't matter with Firebase. You're actually protected when you show this config. So this is public information. You don't actually need to worry about hiding this. It's completely fine to show that. And then what we're going to do is we're going to let's open up your other terminal now. So right now you're on the main,
Let's
but
do this one right
I think
here.
it's number
Okay.
3.
Got it.
Yeah. Awesome. Oh, wait, somebody actually said a good point. There's clean input after the message. So yes, before we forget, very nice
Yeah.
catch that said
Yeah.
that.
True that.
Let's go ahead and do set input as empty. And what this will do is whenever Nas hits enter, it will go ahead and clear the input, which is what we expected to
So let's
do.
try
So
that right
really
now.
nice. Kataro who picked that
So
up.
if I
Nice.
go ahead and go, yo, hey, nice. I love it.
Awesome. Really nice. So that's clean. So that's really nice. And now what we can do is we can go ahead and do app. So we've got this. Let's go and do. Okay, so Firebase, right? So we've got the command line open. So let's go ahead and do Command J.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're going to do npm I Firebase. So we're going to install all of the Firebase dependencies into our project. And with that, what we're going to then do is actually go ahead and do the following. So I'm going to say import Firebase from Firebase at the top. And then what we want to do is we need to initialize the app with that Firebase config. So this is how we do it. We say Firebase.initialize app, and we pass it this config object, right? So we pass it the config object, and we basically store it in this variable called Firebase app. Now, what we do from that point is we create a new variable called DB, which is basically going to access the Firestore instance of our Firebase in like sort of configured instance, or however you want to put it. Basically, it gets our database, and then we're going to go ahead and also get a authentication handler. So that's how we do that. We basically say firebase.auth, and this will be responsible for when we come to do our authentication part. And we also need this. This is for Google's authentication. We say const provider equals new firebase.auth.google auth provider. And this is what we're going to use when we actually go ahead and do that Google authentication. And now to export the stuff we need, I'm going to go ahead and explicitly export the authentication and provider. And then I want to do a default export for the DB because we're going to use the DB quite a lot more than we use the auth and provider. And if you guys aren't sure what the difference is there, then yeah, you guys can check out exporting things explicitly and implicitly in your own time, which is nice. So now what we're going to do is save this. We have Firebase brought in. So we can actually go ahead and start to use this stuff. So let's go ahead and open up Firebase, Naz.
All right, so Firebase. Boom,
Yep.
right here, this one.
Yeah, let's open up Firebase and let's go to let's go to database.
Okay, so database.
We are at 2.5k likes, dude. Holy.
Guys, insane stuff. And also, I don't know if you know, but we are constantly at around 770 to 800 people watching, like non-stop. We've been going at it for about 2 hours now, and non-stop 800 people, guys. Insane.
Yeah, that's just mind-blowing, like insane. So now what we're gonna do is in the Firestore, let's go up to the top and let's click on create database. So at the top of this,
I'm gonna hide my little screen here so that people can see it. Hold on. Boom. So create database.
Yep.
All right.
And what we do now is we click start in test mode.
Start in test mode. Next.
Awesome.
All right. And then this is fine as well. So done.
Yeah. So done. Thank you, Zia Rahman, for a nice little donation. Awesome. Thank you so much, dude.
Appreciate it.
Nice. And then provisioning to Firestore. So this will actually go ahead and create the backend for us. Now, what's amazing about Firestore, guys, is it's essentially the best of SQL plus NoSQL. It kind of took like a bit of like interest from both, but it kind of is more based around NoSQL. And basically, you just get like this super powerful real-time database, right? So
Yeah.
it's a real-time database, very, very powerful stuff. So now what we're going to do is click on the start collection.
Okay. What should we name it?
Right? So let's go ahead and call this one rooms. So this is going to be all the different
Rooms.
rooms that everyone
Alright,
can be inside
next.
of, right?
All right. So what is the field?
Yeah, so inside of here, we're just going to have name. So the name of the room. And let's go ahead and add the first name. Let's just call this the dance room.
Eh.
Dance room, right?
Uh-huh.
And what you want to click is auto ID at the top.
This way. Okay.
Yep. And then click on save.
And that's it. Okay. So I do not need another one. So click save.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So and now what we've done is, guys, imagine there's a simple way to look at this is rooms is just an array. It's like a list, right? It's a list of all the rooms that we're going to have. And then you can see the first room that we have, it has a unique ID. And then basically a property of it is the name property. So we have dance room, right?
Yeah.
So what we're going to do now is we're going to use this to basically go ahead and let's add a second room now, just to sort of, so that way when we actually pull this in.
Click add document, right? And that will add a second room, and then we'll do room, right? And we'll say this one, let's say we'll do
this one's name. The field is name.
Oh, my bad.
Yep. So that one's name.
And then that one will be, should we call like developer room?
Yeah, let's call it developer room, yeah.
Developer room?
Yeah.
Like that?
Awesome. Nice. And let's click save.
Actually, we'll call it dev room.
Yeah, dev room.
Yeah, there we go.
Nice. So now we have two values inside the database, right? So we just set up Firebase, so we've done all the config for that. And what we're going to do now is go ahead and go over to the let's actually connect the sidebar, right? So sidebar, we previously had, I don't know if you're following me, Naz. I think it's...
I will right now.
Yeah.
I am following you, actually.
Oh, yeah?
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Right? Are you?
Oh, let's see. There you go. You're on Firebase.js, right?
Oh, right. Sorry. I was in a different editor. Yeah. Sidebar.js. There we go.
Sunny,
so now
fancy.
you've got you got the sidebar over here. Sorry, Naz. Yeah. So here I naturally had everything sort of hard coded before. I don't want to now pull it in from the hard coded stuff. I want to basically map through all of the sidebar options with all the different rooms, right? I want to say like which room we're in and stuff like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to go up to the top and we're going to say the following. We're going to say, I'm going to create a piece of state called rooms. So I'm going to go ahead and do the following. We'll say const rooms set rooms equals use state, and this is an empty array. And then what I'm going to say is I'm going to use a use effect. So I want to basically, when the sidebar component loads, I want to shoot off a piece of code, right? And I only want to do this once because I don't want to keep attaching like real-time listeners because it's going to make my browser super slow, and you don't want to do that, right? So the way we do that is we add these empty dependencies here. By adding the empty brackets here, it says run this once when the sidebar component loads and once only, right? So here, what we need to do is we need to say db. So I'm going to import db from Firebase. So this one right here. So import db from Firebase, and this is our local Firebase, not the module Firebase. So this is local Firebase. So db.collection, and here what we're doing is we're saying go to the rooms collection. So the one that Naz just created. Yeah, so that rooms collection. And then I'm going to say on snapshot. So on snapshot is essentially saying, like, imagine you're looking at, so literally as Naz's screen is right now, imagine like you had a camera and you literally just took a picture of that database, right? So of that list. So the list of rooms inside of it, that's what we call a snapshot, right?
But it's also, the snapshot is also listening for changes, right? So it's not just like, hey, it says a picture, but this is also saying, hey, on any changes inside the snapshot, also run this code.
Yeah. So imagine like if we add something to here, if we change anything in here, we delete
Yeah.
anything, it takes another snapshot. Like it basically you grab that camera, take another snapshot, and it gives us the new snapshot. So it's real time. So every time it gets updated, we get the latest snapshot, right? And what we're going to do is we're going to say set the rooms. So set the rooms in this case. And what we need to do at this point is we need to go through that snapshot. So we say snapshot.docs. So docs is referring to the list of the elements that we had in the database. So we had 2. And then I'm going to say map through each one. And for every doc, I want to do the following. So this is a bit where you guys are going to have to stick with me. So I'm going to say return an like directly return an object, right? And this object, it's going to have an ID, and that's going to be the doc ID. So the doc ID is basically referring to the ID inside of Firebase. So if you go to Firebase now.
Okay, right here. Boom. Oh,
Yep.
no, not that one. Okay.
Yeah. So those unique IDs that you see in the middle, right? That's what we're giving the ID here. And then I'm going to say data
Right
is
here.
going to be doc.data like this, right? Now, what this is doing is we're basically creating our own little object with an ID and data, right? And also, whoa, we just got a bunch of new viewers jumped in. That's amazing. Nice. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. See, we actually got people coming back in. Nice. So
Guys,
now
keep hitting that like button. You know, YouTube is like, oh, they're getting it, so they're gonna keep recommending us. So, guys, just like smash it.
Exactly. And guys, if you haven't already and you're enjoying this content, literally go ahead and tag me and Nas on Instagram and share a story on Instagram, and that will help more people see it. It'll get all of the people who follow you to watch it as well. So go ahead.
It's to the right side. You want to go to the right, the other side. There we go.
Hey.
No, you're not. Now you're too far off.
I was just pointing at my Yeti. Oh yeah, remember that one? This over there.
All right, let's continue on.
Nice. Awesome. So now what we're going to do is we have, it says use state is not defined. So I need to go ahead and import that. So use state is not defined. And what this will do now, guys, is it will actually create a real-time listener for snapshot, and it will basically update the rooms with those properties, right? So what does that mean? What can we do with that information? So now what we can do is we can say at the bottom here, rather than hard coding this stuff out here, I am basically going to do this. I'm going to go ahead and say rooms.map. I'm going to say for every single room, so there's an arrow function, implicitly return. So we're telling it to give us like a return. We're going to say return a sidebar chat component. And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and say, whoa, we just hit 2.6 likes. Let's keep going.
Let's go.
If we can hit 3K likes, oh man, that'd be insane. So I'm going to give it a key. So in React, a key is used for performance. I'm going to use a key as the room ID. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm also going to give an actual ID to the component, and that's going to be the room ID. And I'm going to give a name. So the name of the component, and this is going to be room.data.name, right? So that's when we refer to room.data.name, we're referring to the property that Nas added inside of those database fields. So the ones that were like dance room and those things. So now we passed in props, right, to Sidebar Chat. How do I pull this information in the component? So if we go into Sidebar Chat, remember we had a prop here called add new chat. So in order to pull it through, what I need to do is add the 2 props that I've added here. So ID and name, right? So we've got ID and name over here. And what we can do is instead now, right, we can basically go ahead and rather than saying room name, I can go ahead and just say name, yeah? And also for the ID, we will use the ID in a second. I'll show you where we use the ID in a second. But now if I was to go ahead and click save, what we should see is rather than seeing room name on the left, we should see the actual names being pulled from the DB. So it will go ahead and load.
Oh, let's go. Hold on, guys. I got it. I got a DJ air horn on here. Hey, you can't hear us, Sonny, but they can.
Amazing. Oh no, nice. You're actually you're updating the title as well.
Yep.
Awesome. That's dope, dude. Nice.
I'm doing Kazi style. Kazi gave me a challenge. I'm like, all right, I'll challenge you.
Yeah, we even got the video in the middle of. That's the first.
Yep. I don't know where. I keep moving it around. I'm like, I don't know where to put it. Cause
it's kind of cool in the middle.
Yeah, I kind of like it too. Yeah. Kind of like it too.
Yeah. Nice. So now what we're gonna do is we have. So we have the okay, yeah. So this is a really cool part, guys. So what I'm going to do now is where we had add new chat, right? So when we did add new chat, what I'm going to do is go ahead and we had the add new chat functionality here. So we said when we click on the add new chat button, so on click, right? I want to basically say, remember we said that prompt came up which said, please enter a name for the chat room, or so please enter a name for the chat. Or let's just go ahead and say chat room. There we go. And then it says, if you enter the name in, here I'm going to say db.collection. So remember, Nas was actually adding those things in manually, right? But what I'm going to do here is we're going to make it programmatically add it in. So I've imported the db in as before. We're going to say db.collection rooms. Yeah. And I'm going to say add, right? So whenever you sort of enter a prompt in or something like that, we're going to do that. And I'm going to say add something with the name key. And basically, we want to use the room name. So this is what we actually entered into that prompt, right? Enter the room name like that. Now, if we save it, you'd be amazed. That's all we needed to go ahead and do that, right? So now, if you go to add new chat, Naz, go ahead and tap on add new chat for me. And let's go ahead and write a name in here for a chat room.
Guys, what's a good name? Let's call it Epic Room.
Let's do it, Epic Room. And now, as
Yo!
soon as you click OK, look at that. That's insane, right? So like it just pops in real time, like because it's mapped, so it's listening to that. So a new snapshot got delivered, pulled it in, and it also we literally in 3 lines of code pushed some information into the database. So
insane stuff.
Massive power there,
so,
and like
so simple.
Yeah, so simple. And guys, like if that was a first for you guys, I know a lot of you guys have been watching the streams and you see that stuff. But if that's a first for you guys, let us know if you found that cool, because this is really like I mean every time I use it, I always think it's awesome. So I think like I'd love to see what you guys think.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so we've got that done, and now we're gonna say. So now we want to basically have it. So this is where React Router comes in, right? So React Router, we basically want to implement React Router so that when we click on one of those sidebar options like Dance Room, Dev Room, Epic Room, I want it so that when you click it, it's going to then basically on the right-hand side, pull the messages for that room, right? It's going to pull the messages just for that room. So how do we do that? How do we get that working? So what we need to first do is actually go ahead and install React Router. So the way we do that is we need to go ahead into the command line. So let's go into the command line. Let's do Command J. Oh, nice. We got Sergeant in the house. He's awesome, dude. I think he actually landed a job.
Did he?
From watching our videos. Yeah, he's inside of Prophet of JavaScript.
Yo, nice. Hold on, I'm trying to find it. I'm trying to find him here. Oh yeah, right there. Nice. Awesome. I love it.
I love seeing people who come back onto the chat. It's always amazing to see that. That's nice. Right. So now what we're going to do is we're going to add React Router, right? So React Router, for many of you guys who don't know, is how you enable page routing inside of a React app. So what I mean by that is when you click a link or on a button or anything like that, it's actually going to go ahead and load that page.
I have a question, Sonny. Just a really quick one. So Sajara asked, right? It's just a really cool one. How scalable is this from a production-ready standpoint of every mobile device? As every mobile device gets connected directly with the DB, is this a problem already solved?
So very, very good question. No. So there's a few things to consider here. So when we use the use effect to make it more optimal, I can quickly go ahead and show you something. So let me go ahead and show you so firstly, to answer your question, it's optimal. It will be optimal. It can scale. You're using Google servers, guys. So like everything that they've implemented in terms of how you pull the information from the DB, it's super optimal. And guys, think of it this way. Just think of it this way. Can Google handle the amount of people that are running through your app? The answer is yes. Like Google can handle your traffic. Yeah, even if you had 1 million users tomorrow, like of 10 million, 100 million, they're gonna handle your load. So like,
Sonia, let's get this WhatsApp clone to 1 million users. So we get this. Just
let's do it, dude. Let's do it, dude. 100 million users. Nice. A quick little sort of optimization step for anyone who's interested. What you can do is this returns something called unsubscribe, right? And what you can do is you can actually, in a use effect, you can do a cleanup function. So this is a cleanup, and basically this says whenever the component sort of unmounts or cleans up, you can actually call the unsubscribe. And what this will do is it will mean that you always detach this real-time listener after it's done using it. So like whenever sort of you're finished using it, this is a good practice to do. So I saw somebody said they like the little sort of tips and tricks that I drop sometimes with, like, for example, the React keys in an array. So this is another optimization step that you can use. Whenever you do on snapshot, it returns an unsubscribe, and you can go ahead and do that, and that will actually be really good. Yeah. Nice. So with that said, let's continue on and let's go to the React router DOM. So what we need to do is open up, and we got npm i, and we need to do React router DOM. So this goes ahead and pulls in the thing. So while that's actually installing now, let's go over to the deployed app.
Right here. Beautiful.
Yeah. And let's click on one of these chats.
Clear the chat.
Yeah, so any one of these chats. Can you see that when you click on these chats, it's changing the chat?
Yep, right here. Clear the chat.
And what's actually happening here is if you make the window bigger, let's go ahead and make that full screen. Yeah, there we go. Can you see the URL changes?
At the top right here. See that, guys? You see that? Boom. Right there. Oh, you guys...
That URL is actually changing when Nas clicks on the sidebar option, right?
Just pay attention to that really quickly here. See, as I click on here, or then boom, boom, boom. Nice.
Exactly. And then what the component's doing is it's then saying, okay, I now have the ID of the room I'm in, so I know which messages to fetch. So we're going to go and show you guys how to do that. So Sergeant Jacob says, yeah, got a client while you guys were streaming. Appreciate all the knowledge you guys have been dropping here and in PWJ. That's amazing, dude. I love seeing stuff like that.
No way. That is pretty cool. Insane stuff.
Yeah, no, amazing.
Congrats. Right, so congrats to John.
Yeah, amazing stuff, dude. And I remember he actually shouted us out on Instagram once, and that's how we started talking to him. So that's really nice to see that.
Yeah.
Right. So now what we're going to do is we are going to add so we added React router DOM, and basically to get this working in the way that we want now, what we're going to do is we're going to add the following. We're going to say we need to add something called a router. So I'm going to add a router at this point in the app. So a router is basically where we tell the app to start looking at the URL, right? So we're saying surround all of this stuff in the tech that allows us to do that, right? So that's basically what we're saying here. And then what we do is we actually surround everything inside of a switch, right? And the thing is, what we can do here is we can say surround everything inside of a switch. So I can do this, switch. And a switch, if you've programmed and are familiar with switches, you can do like cases, right? And each case in this case is what URL you're actually accessing. So in this point, what we could do is we could say the following. We could say, when you reach this route, so when you hit this route, so this is the home screen, render out this. So I could say at this point, I could say like home screen, like this, right? And when, oops, oh yeah, I need to do the imports. And when we reach this, for example, just say /test, we are going to render the app. So let's just do this. Let's say /app will render the app. And if we're at the /nothing, it will render H1 saying home screen, right? So let's go ahead and do that.
So it'll be two different pages in that case, is what you're saying, correct?
Yeah. So this will render the home screen. This will render the sidebar. Okay. And let's go ahead and import everything that we need. So I'm going to go ahead and import this at the top. There we go. Save it. And we should be able to see now.
Let's see.
So now it should say home screen.
Ah, nice. I see.
Yeah?
Okay.
And now if you do /app, Naz.
So if I do now, see, and the guys, again, because it's the fact that we have /app right here, and then the root one is just simply the home screen. So if I now go ahead, simply do, let's see, /app, right there, go, and boom, voila.
Nice.
Dance room, dev room, epic room.
Exactly. So that's awesome. What we're going to do now is we're actually going to use this to say, regardless of if it's in the home screen or if it's inside of the next bit, which I'm going to say. So let's do this and let's say here. So we always want the sidebar to show. So what we can actually do is we can push this outside of the roots, and this means it will always render the sidebar. And then underneath it, we're just saying render the chat, regardless of if you're inside of this root or this root. So what I'm going to do here, the reason why I need this is because I'm going to say rooms, and I'm going to say, this is called a wildcard, and I'm saying room ID, right? So this is saying that regardless of if you're in /room/ABC, regardless if you're in /ABC2, whatever it is, that is going to allow you to render this. And the reason why I need to do it like this is because I need to pull the parameter, right? And we always should specify a default root, which is why I've just said show the chat if not.
So basically, so don't show the chat basically when there's no room ID is what you're saying.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
So what I could do at this point is I could actually sort of get rid of this. So let's go to /. No?
/. Hold on, let's see. So if I do just /.
Yeah. So you see, like, it won't actually show the chat, right? But now if we do /rooms/ABC, for example.
Okay, let's do rooms /ABC.
Is that rooms of plural?
Yeah. Rooms.
Yeah. So then now you see once we're inside of a room, it will go ahead, load the chat, and it will load the chat alongside it. So
wait. It's not doing it.
/ABC.
Did I do it right? Rooms dash
ABC. Let's have a look.
Maybe it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, just try that one. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so in this case, what we'll do is we will include it in both because I think it actually it might have fell back to the default. I mean, it shouldn't have fallen back to that, but it might be a case of loading or something like that. But in this case, what we'll do is we'll render it. So now if you click on, I don't know, that's strange. That should be working right now. So we're rendering chat. Maybe
so
there's a caching issue.
Hold on. This is default.
So it says chat. Maybe do a hard refresh, Nas.
Let's do.
Let me
I think it's like Shift Command 4, right?
Yep. Okay, so for some reason, yeah, strange. I can't see it as well. Okay, so in that case, we will debug this, but we can see the root path, chat, sidebar. Right. Root path.
Maybe it's because the chat needs to accept something.
Let's go ahead and do router switch. Router.
Hey, there we go.
Nice. There we go. Awesome. So it might have just been a caching issue. Nice.
Yeah, looks like it.
So with that said, now what we're going to do is we are going to go inside of our chat app. And if I want to get whatever Nas had at the end of the URL, so whether it was /ABC, / whatever it was, what we can do is we can grab that using a really nice hook. Right. So before that, it was kind of a headache to get this, but you can actually use a really nice hook. And the one that we're going to use is called use params. So we're going to import this, and we import that right here, saying import use params from React Router DOM. And here we say const room ID, and room ID has to match whatever you've given here. So in this case, it was room ID here. So it has to be room ID. And this will actually give us that sort of after what comes after the /. So that's cool. But now how do I make it so that those links are clickable, right? So the sort of sidebar chat. So the way we do that is we go to sidebar chat. And so remember, guys,
you need these links right here.
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay.
So remember, we passed in, when we rendered sidebar chat, we passed in an ID, which was the ID of the room, right? So let's go into sidebar chat, and let's go ahead and actually wrap this in something which we like to call a link tag, right? So here what we can do is we can say a link to, and then here I can use some JSX to basically go ahead and do some string interpolation and say /rooms /ID. So go to this room when you click this link, right? And then I can basically go ahead and pop the entire div into that link. And now what will happen is it says link is not defined because you need to import the link. So I'm going to go ahead and import this. So import link from React Router DOM. Save it. And now, once that loads up, we should be able to see that
Everything's
if
a
you
link.
click, yeah, so everything's a link. So we'll sort out the styling in a sec. But
Okay.
if we check the link now, so you should see that that link actually changes when you click it.
Do you see that, guys? I'm not sure. Hold on, let me see if they see this. So if you guys pay attention to kind of if you guys, if you guys pay attention to down here, just kind of pay attention down here before it disappears. If I hover over this, you see that link kind of changes right there. Boom. You see that? Boom.
So you're talking about the bottom left, right?
Boom.
It shows
Yeah,
you
the bottom left side. You see that, guys? Yeah. Just pay attention to that. So that means that's linking to a specific room, which is the correct room that we need to be in.
Yeah, exactly. So if you click it now, it will actually change the URL. So if you click one of
if
those,
I click it now, and if I go ahead and just hide this thing right here, if I look at this URL, so I click it, and you can see, wait, where's the URL? Boom.
let's make the screen a little bigger, and you should be able to see that change.
Yeah, right there. Just like that. So I click. Yeah, pay attention to this, guys.
Nice.
Yeah, look at that. Boom.
So that's awesome.
Boom.
Yeah.
Boom.
And also, guys, notice there's no refresh, right? So
No.
React Router does it very carefully that you don't get a refresh. So it's really, really nice when we do that. So now that we have that ID, right, let's go ahead and upgrade our chat component. So let's upgrade our chat component so that it changes and it knows what information to pull, right? So what we're going to do is, firstly, we're going to go ahead and pull the room name. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to go ahead inside of our chat component. We're going to go ahead and create a room name piece of state, which is going to keep track of the room name. And then I'm going to go ahead and introduce a use effect. So you can have more than one use effect. So I'm going to create another one called use effect. And this one is essentially going to go ahead and fire off. And for now, it's going to be dependent on the room ID. So the room ID is a dependency because we are going to use any time you use a variable inside of this block, you have to include it in here. So
basically what's going on is like every time the room ID changes, we're going to run some functions, which in this case, we're simply going to get new messages for that room ID.
Exactly that. Yeah. Or like, yeah, exactly that. So yeah, perfect. And now what we say is we say if there is a room ID. So we want to protect ourselves. We're going to say if there's a room ID, then what we want to do is, oh, nice. Somebody just joined. Olateshi AI just joined Profit with JavaScript. If you're watching this, dude, that's insane. And I would love to see you comment down below. That's awesome.
Really? Nice. Congrats. Or welcome, should I say.
Welcome to the team. Nice.
Welcome to the family.
Awesome, yeah, welcome to the family, exactly.
Yeah.
So here, oh, look, he's there. Oh, nice. He says, I have just joined Profit with JavaScript. Love your teaching style. See you in class, guys. That's what I'm talking about.
Oh, man, that is insane. Whew.
It's insane. Let's bring that on the screen now. That's insane. That's so cool, dude.
So happy to have you here. So happy. Hold on. You deserve an air horn for this one. Hey.
We just grew the team live on session, guys. That's insane.
Guys, too good.
Insane. So now what we're going to do is we're going to have, if there's a room ID, we're going to say db.collection, and then I'm going to go ahead and go inside the rooms, right? And this is the clever part. I'm going to say go into the specific document, which is like the specific room, and use the room ID that is inside the URL to find the room. And then I'm going to say on snapshot. So make a real-time listener for that on snapshot. So he's going to get the snapshot, and I'm going to say whenever you get that snapshot, go ahead and set the room name. Go ahead and set the room name to the snapshot.data.name, and this will basically go inside, and it will then pull the data, and it'll get the room name, right? So that will work. And then what we can do is we actually need to import the DB. So I'm going to go ahead and import the DB, save it. And now inside of room name, we should have the most up-to-date room name. So rather than having a hard-coded room name here, let's prove that this works. Let's change this to our variable room name, save this. And now we should see If you click on, oh, look at that.
Yo, you see that right there, guys? Check this out. Look, Epic Room. Right away, we have that. And now if we change that, if I click on Dancer, for example, boom, boom, boom. Insane stuff. Insane stuff. Sunny.
That is
Guys.
awesome.
Guys. Alrighty.
Nice. So that's really, really awesome. And what we're going to do is just to make it so it's super clear for you guys that it changes, rather than doing the use effect and the set seed here, I'm actually going to make sure that this one changes every time, just because I just realized that it's going to be a bit confusing because it looks like it doesn't change every time. So with that said, oh, actually what I can do is I can actually make the seed change every time a room ID changes. So there you go, little trick for you guys. So now if you go ahead and click a room, Nas.
Mm-hmm. Try it. Dance room.
Hey, there you go.
Dev
See
room.
the avatar change.
Epic room. Oh, so the avatar changes as well. Nice. Oh, look at that. That's hilarious.
Awesome,
I love it.
Nice. So
Yeah, give us some fire for those awesome avatars. I love it.
exactly, yeah. I mean, I was trying to look. Kazi found a really nice one once, and it used the same functionality, but I couldn't find that one, so I found this like pixelated looking one.
I
Which
kind
is
of like
fun.
it. It just makes it so playful.
Yeah, it kind of makes it like lighthearted, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's cool. So now we have that working. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go ahead and before we can do the messages, we need to basically go ahead and do a login, right? So the login stuff. So the login stuff, stick with me, guys. This is gonna get interesting now. So I think this is where the 2.7 goes to 3K.
Likes. Thank you so much.
Yeah, because this is some crazy stuff, right? This is where we're gonna introduce Google authentication into this app. Right, so Google authentication into that, and we're also going to be using the React Context API. So if you guys are interested in learning Redux, this is your time right now. So get excited. We're going to teach you guys how to do that right now. Or the Redux pattern with React Context API. That's it. So let's do this. So inside of app.js, what we're going to essentially do now is we want to conditionally render this if there is a user logged in, right? So what do I mean by that? So let's go ahead and say, let's create like a temporary piece of state. So let's go ahead and say const user set user, and let's go ahead and do this and say use state like this. And I'm going to go ahead and say no at the moment like this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to say, so at the moment, imagine we don't have a user, right? So I'm going to say if there is no user, so let's go and let's imagine that there's no user right now. What I'm going to say at this point is, so before we have inside of our app, we're going to say if there is no user, then I should show some kind of login screen. So like some kind of H1, say login, yeah. Otherwise, we should show the app, right? So does that make sense, guys? So we're saying if there's a user, if there's no user, show a login screen. Otherwise, show the app. So now,
I gotcha.
if we see this, so use state, I need to go ahead and import. Like this. Okay.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. So now we get a login. Oh, and also it's amazing how that
that actually is pretty good. Well, I'm gonna just stick with that.
Damn, that's kind of clean. So we have a login, right? But now look at the code. So imagine like I go to this user, and let's just pretend that like I had a user, and he's just like this. This represents the user, Sunny, right?
Right.
So now if I go ahead and imagine Sunny signed in. Look what happens now. So on a very high level, this is what's going to happen, right? So now Sunny's inside, and it lets us go in, right? So at this point, what we're going to do now is rather than doing it like this, because this is not realistic, we're not going to have it like this. We're going to basically go ahead and implement a login component. So here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of this. Let's just keep that for a sec. Let's keep that for a sec. I'm going to create a login.js component, and do RFCE. Boom. Let's go ahead and set this component up. Let's say import login.css like this. Let's do class name equals login like this. And then let's just do h1. Let's just say this is login. Boom. There we go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to create a login.css. So login.css over here. Nice. We have it. And going back here, now, once we have that done, what we're going to do is we're going to actually go ahead and style this. So we have a login outer container. So the way I done this is previously, this is based on the one that we used for Slack. So I'm going to go ahead and it has an inner container, so a login container. This is for style purposes. And basically we have the following. So I'm going to go ahead and just chuck this in right here. So we have an image. So this image right here is just a WhatsApp logo. So literally I pulled it off of Google. We have a div which has login text and it just says sign in to WhatsApp. And then we have a button, and this is no normal button because it's capital B. This is a Material UI button. So I'm going to go ahead and import that from Material UI, and it should be underneath that. I don't know why it does that. It's not nice. Yeah, so we're going to import that from Material UI, and it's a type which has a submit. So I mean, it's just a type. So we don't actually need that either. And onClick fires off a sign-in function. So here I'm going to say const sign in like this, right? So it fires off that function, and there we go. So now if I save this, go back to my app, and instead of rendering this, I'm going to go ahead and render the login component. Oops, render the login component like this.
I'm really curious how it's actually going to work out, like with the using Firebase and login. I'm very curious to see that.
Yeah, honestly, you'll be amazed, dude, how powerful it is. Like, so there we have the login right there. So I'm going to go ahead and first let's make this look a little nice. So let's go to our login.css, and I have a few little neat tricks here to get this looking as we want. So for the login container, I'm going to go ahead and do the following. So I'm going to go ahead and say login this. I'm going to say a background color of like this white color, height and width of 100, view width and height. Display grid and place items in the center. So let's go ahead and do that first. And this will go ahead and it should centerize everything. So we already have everything in center. Nice. And then I'm going to say for the inner container. So here what I did is I actually containerized. I had an inner container here as well. I went and styled that, and I basically added the following. So this is basically gives it a floating card look. So we give it a padding of 100 pixels, text align center, background color white, border radius 10 pixels, and this box shadow right here is just adding like a nice 3D effect, right? So if we go ahead and add that, you see it adds like a little floating box. Yeah. Now for the image inside, what I'm going to do the following. I'm going to say target the image inside of the login container, and go ahead and do object fit contain, which keeps the aspect ratio. Give it a height of 100 pixels and a margin bottom. So a bottom of the image of 40 pixels, so it's not touching sign into WhatsApp too much. Let's go ahead and save that, and you've got a nice little neat. And then I'm going to go ahead and target that button. So I'm going to go ahead and do the following. I'm going to say margin top of 50 pixels. You see how by default sign in, when you use a Material UI button, the text goes uppercase. So by doing text transform, see what it says sign in with Google.
Yeah.
And you see by default, it makes it uppercase.
Yeah.
So you don't want it uppercase when like it's by default in the designs, like
you want to kind of
keep it neat. So you do text transform inherit, which basically says go back to what your parent container did as opposed to the Material UI button. And then background color of green. So that is very nice green. And we need to do important to override Material UI. And then we do the color white. And then when we add that, boom.
Nice. Oh, wow. That looks good.
Yeah. So it's so clean. Like it's so clean, and it's just such a simple thing. Like, and once you get that in, it's just, I mean, it's really satisfying once you get that up and running, right? Now, what we're going to do is this is where the magic happens, right? So you would think, oh my God, we're going to have to do some crazy Google stuff right now. Like, how the hell do we get this all working?
That's what I'm thinking right now.
Yeah. So would you believe me if I said in less than 10 lines of code, yeah, we're going to get this all working. And we're also going to have error handling.
Right. Frank, yeah, thanks so much for the donation. Appreciate it, my friend. Hey, right here.
Nice.
It says another awesome React build. What's up? Better watch out. See you on the Zoom call today, Sonny. Nice.
Awesome, dude. See you then. So now we have the sign-in functionality. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, firstly, I'm going to do auth. So auth is something that we set up from our Firebase module. So I'm going to do it from our local Firebase, pulling that from our local Firebase. And we're saying auth dot. And now let's check this out, right?
I'm
auth
checking it out.
Dot sign in with pop-up.
No.
Yeah. Forward and then open, and then what we do is we say provider, and provider we set up inside of our Firebase file. So the provider, if we jump into our Firebase file, we actually made provider a Google authentication provider, right?
What?
So that's it, right? So we do that.
That's it?
We say auth.sign in with pop-up, and then you say, then,
What? What?
then get
No.
the result. And
No.
here what I'm going to do is just to sort of demo, I'm going to say console log
Uh-huh.
the result.
Uh-huh.
So console log result. And for error handling, I'm going to say, you know what? If we get an error, catch it.
Uh-huh.
One sec. What is going on here? What have I done?
You need to...
Oh,
yeah, there you go.
Then we say catch. Say error. And if there is an error, for whatever reason, I'm going to say alert error dot message. Boom. Save it. Now, why don't you go ahead and click on that sign in button, Oz?
No.
Yep.
You're kidding.
And it's going to crash. I have a feeling it's going to crash.
Okay.
Oh, so now you see the error handling
Disabled.
worked.
Uh-huh.
Yes, this is why error handling. That was super planned, by the way. I knew it was going to fail. I wanted to show the
Man,
error.
you built up so much, anticipation. Just like, oh,
Yeah.
crushed
So
it.
like you would think that we're almost there, right? But now if you
Uh-huh.
go to your Firebase,
Okay, so let's go to Firebase right here. Okay.
go to authentication,
Okay.
go to Google.
Alright.
So go to your sign-in method.
Set up sign-in method.
Yep. And that'll take
Right,
you to
Google.
the second tab.
So
Go to
disable.
Google.
Oh, enable.
Go ahead and click that. Click enable.
Oh,
and
project support
put-
email.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do that. And click save.
Uh-huh.
And now let's go back to the React app and give it a try again.
No way.
Yep.
No way. Get out of here, Sonny. No, wait.
And
Oh.
and while we have that, also open up your console. Because I'm console logging the result that comes
Okay,
back.
hold on. Console. Guys, this is, okay, I will explain why. To me, this is insane. Just after we watch this, you'll see why. So hold on. Sign in with Google.
Yep.
Ready? No. This is not. No way. Hold on. No way. Okay. What?
Yep.
Oh,
And
man.
And you have all of your user details in there.
Okay, I'm out. All right, bye-bye. All right, okay. Okay. I'm out.
That's insane, right? It's insane how crazy and easy that is.
The reason why, guys, I'm like acting like this, it's for one, anticipation a little bit, but for two, because I've done sign in with Google, right, manually. We're not using Firebase, right? I've done it where you actually yourself had to, add your own button. You had to, basically make sure that it all works with Google, and you were the one creating the code for the Google sign in. I'm not kidding. This would take us sometimes days.
Yep.
This took us how long, man?
It literally, and I said it was 10 lines of code, but it's actually like 1, 2, 3, about 4.
All right.
Five,
Sonny, too far. You're going too far. Too far. Too far. Actually, just one line of code. No, but that's awesome.
Crazy.
That is so crazy. Like, to me, oh man, that's insane. All right, but let's look at what's actually what type of stuff are we actually getting? What type of information are we getting from Google?
So let's go ahead and the one we care about at this point is, and no, this is crazy because remember, like for some things you need a API key, right? See inside a credential, the ID token is your API key.
Wait, what? Hold on. Say it again.
So once you sign in, it gives you an API key that you can use to use Google services.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Oh man, that's insane. Okay, so. Wait, but why would I use that API key for?
So I think you can use it for like Google Maps and stuff like that.
Oh, okay, interesting. Okay, that's cool.
I think.
And then look, you guys have a display name, so this actually gives you a display name right there. The email, right there. Guys, don't email me, please. Oh man, why do I use that? Damn it.
Gives you your photo URL. So
my photo URL where?
right there. So it has your actual picture.
This is some dangerous stuff. Okay, all right, let's cool. All right.
Nice. So with that said, now what we're gonna do is, so when we get back, rather than console logging that, what we're gonna do now is we want to dispatch that information into some kind of data layer. So I'm not gonna go too far into how like the Redux sort of pattern works, but I'm gonna show you guys an implementation of it very quickly so we can get the most value from this video, right? Because we do cover this very extensively in some videos, and we actually just dropped a little snippet video, which is about 6 minutes, I think, which explains all about Redux and all about those things. And we snipped it from a previous video, so you guys can go ahead and watch that after, which will be massively useful. So now the way it works is we need something called a state provider, right? So this is basically going to wrap the app, okay?
Okay.
So, and where does this happen? It happens at the index.js level. So this is a file that nobody likes to touch because everyone's scared of this file. We go here, and basically it's going to essentially wrap the app, okay? So imagine at this point, this wraps our app. So the state provider is basically like a data layer. So it surrounds the app, and it basically, what we can do is we can push information into the data layer, and we can pull it from any component. So our goal here, so just to make it very clear, our goal here is that when we sign in, we push the user into the data layer.
Sorry.
And then we can pull the we pull the user from the data layer whenever we need it, right? So now what we're gonna do is we have two things. We have the initial state and reducer. So I'll explain what they are in a sec. But to get the state provider working, we need to say state provider.js. Right now, what I want you guys to pay close attention to here is Mevan goes, "What was that noise?" So now what we can do is we can copy this information. I'm going to run through the snippet of code right here. So now, does this enable word wrap?
Okay, so view toggle word wrap.
Nice.
Cool.
Sergeant actually just dropped the link to that video I was talking about in the description. Thank you for doing that.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I'm going to explain quickly what's going on here, guys. So this is just importing the things that we need, right, at the top. The next line is basically preparing that data layer, right? It's creating something called a context, which is where the data layer actually lives, right? Where everything actually lives. And then the state provider is actually oh god, once it starts, it's so hard. So the data layer is actually this here, so the state provider. And this is called a higher order component, okay? So it's called a higher order component. It takes three things. It takes a reducer, an initial state, and children. Oh my god. Oh man. Oh, I think guys, smash the thumbs up button if you haven't already. Thank you. Appreciate it. Nice. Oh.
All right, we're good. Okay, we're good.
Right. So we have the reducer, initial state, and then the children. The children is here. So the app child is this one here. And then we have the reducer and initial state, which I'll explain in a sec. Now, this stuff right here, we explained in that video, but basically what you need to know is it allows us to go ahead and actually set up the data layer. Now, this final line here allows us to pull information from the data layer, right? So we can go ahead and pull it from the data layer, right? So now what we're going to do is we actually save that file. We need to create a file called reducer.js, right? Now, go ahead and do reducer.js. And here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy the following in here. And we're going to explain this code now. So the initial state is how the data layer looks before we've added to it, before anything. So when the app starts up, we're going to start off with it with the user not being logged in, which is what we want, right?
Okay.
Then we're going to have certain actions, and these certain actions are basically the actions that we can, this is where we can push information into the data layer. So for example, when we sign in, we want to dispatch an action which says, go ahead and push this user into the data layer. Now,
where does this action be dispatched from? Where? What are you talking about?
So the action being dispatched, we haven't covered yet.
Okay, gotcha.
We haven't covered that bit yet. But when an action gets dispatched into the data layer, we switch on it and we listen to it here. We say, okay, what action did you just dispatch? So here I'm saying if you dispatched a set user action, then go ahead and whatever we return is basically how we intend to change the data layer, right? So here what I'm saying is keep the state of the data layer, so keep everything that was already in there, but change the user to be whatever we dispatched, and whatever is in particular inside of the user portion of the object that we dispatched, right?
Got it.
Now, if we don't, if it was like, for example, some other thing like set car or something like that, we just fall back to a default state, which basically just says return and don't do anything with that. Okay.
By the way, guys, 2.8K likes in. So good. Thank you all so much. I love you all.
So close to 3K, guys. Let's do it.
Come on, you guys can do it.
Like
almost just 200 more. Come on.
Exactly, insane. Love that. Right, so now we have this set up, right? So what we need to do now is when we initially set up the data layer, so when we wrap the app, we need to go ahead and import the initial state and import the reducer. So that's what we do here, right? We do that, we hit save, and I need to also import the state provider. So import state provider.
So it's kind of like Redux, basically, is it not? It's almost like Redux.
Dude,
Redux.
It's exactly like Redux. It's exactly like, but the implementation and the setup for it is much simpler than Redux.
Yeah, agreed.
Right?
Agreed.
So now what we're going to do is somebody actually said, can you show how you can implement persistence with context? I will actually do that in a different video. Not today, but we will do that in a different one, right? Oh, nice. Cameron, thank you so much. He just dropped a donation, $5 US. He says, what is the GitHub link for this? We will go ahead and post this afterwards, and we'll link it in the description so that you guys can go ahead and have access to the code. So don't worry about that, dude. Yeah, thank you for that, dude. Right. Nice. So now what we're going to do is we have app, and then we have the state provider. Awesome. So let's go ahead and do the following. So now what I'm going to do is, remember when we signed in, guys? So inside of login.js, what we can do is rather than just console logging it, because this doesn't do much. This doesn't do much for us. We don't really get any power out of this. What I'm going to instead do is I'm going to pull some stuff from the data layer. So what I'm going to pull here is this is the syntax for it. So you see it's very similar to how we use hooks. So the use state value is the hook that we created inside of the setup when we done it here. So this one right here, right? So what I'm doing is I'm getting, this is the first part is the state. So we're putting something in state. So you could at this point destructure and say, get me the user. But in this case, we're not using anything from the state. And then the second thing it gives us is something called a dispatch. Now the dispatch is like a gun. It's like literally the way I like to think of it, it's like a gun, and basically you put whatever payload in, you shoot it at the data layer to update the data layer, right? So at this point, we get the dispatch, and here I want to say, go ahead and do the following. So dispatch an object, right? And that object is going to be the following. It's going to have, so remember we're going to dispatch an action type, which is, so what I did is to avoid sort of accidentally typing in the wrong string and things like that, inside of reducer.js, I actually created an object with the correct mapping. So you see here, set user is assigned to set user. And then what we're doing is we're saying the type is the set user action. And then the user is whatever we got back from Google.user, because that was all of like Nas's information when he signed in.
Right. Can we also, what if we use simply, for example, can you also replace that with like set state, for example?
What here?
Like what I'm saying is like instead of using reducer or using reducer, we just simply set a set state on a user at the upper level.
So you can, but what happens at that point is, and this is why you end up using Redux and React Context APIs, because you end up with something called prop drilling, where basically imagine we have the user at the top level, and I need that user at a very, very low level in the tree, right? I need a very low. I now need to pass the user through every single component to get to that point.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? Whereas this allows you to just straight away pull it from the data layer.
Got it.
Yeah, so it makes the code overall more clean. So now inside of app.js, what we can do, so this will actually dispatch the user into the data layer. Now from here, we're not going to pull it from the use state. Instead, what we're going to do is we're going to say, instead what we're going to say is, I'm going to go ahead and pull the user from our data layer. And I'm going to say, so I need to import the use state like this. Yeah, pull the user in. And now, because we're checking this condition based on the user inside the data layer as opposed to the use state. So now what will happen is if I save it, and Naz, if you want to, after it refreshes, run through the login flow one more time.
Got all my emails up there. Just, oh, darn it.
And guys, I think if this works, I think
Let me
if
see.
you haven't already, you should definitely be smashing that thumbs up button because this is insane what we just did right there in that speed.
Oh, look at that.
It's insane. Like it's
Damn.
literally insane. And if you open up the console log,
okay, let me see.
what I did is I actually console logged at the reducer point,
Mm-hmm.
right? So we should see a set
An
action
object.
got dispatched. So
Right
let's
there.
go up.
Set user. And
Oh yeah,
here's the user.
set user. Yep. And that's it. And what you can do is, guys, this is really handy because then now we can see what we have to play with, right? So an example here is we don't have persistence in this when we're using this version of like the Google login. So when you do refresh it, you're gonna have to log in again, but it's fine when you use it a different way. I will go over that in a different tutorial.
So when you're saying persistent, I just want to clear it up. When you're saying persistent, what you're saying is that like it doesn't save so like it doesn't save that specific user, so when you sign in back again, basically it's not going to remember all your past messages. You're gonna sign in again. Is that what you're saying?
So now if you was to refresh, you'd have to sign in again, yeah.
Gotcha. That makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah,
Cool.
but because it's very quick using the Google thing, I'll show you how we get around it when we're debugging and stuff.
Cool.
But at this point, we have the user. So I just want to show you guys, when you have the user, now let's assume, so let's go to the sidebar, for example. Let's go over to the avatar that we had in the sidebar. And let's actually go ahead and change this. So instead of like an empty image, let's go ahead and use the user's image, right? So here what I can do is I can go ahead, I can pop this magic piece of code in which goes ahead and pulls the user from the data layer. Yeah, so you can see how simple it is now once you have the data layer up and running.
Right.
Now, what you can do is you can actually go ahead and do, with the avatar, you can go ahead and say, set the source to user.photo URL, which is actually the user's image that comes back from Google. Now, notice how I have a question mark here because we're doing optional chaining. So it's saying if user is undefined, because the user may be undefined for a split second, when there's sort of that async sort of behavior going on, then we want to protect against that. So
yeah,
now,
you guys, you see, oh shoot, never mind. You guys saw how there was a photo URL key, right? That was there. Yeah, so hold on. If we try it again, right? If I go ahead and sign in again, boom.
So a few people, so somebody said login session should stay on refresh. Yeah, it should do, but when you're using the Google authentication, you actually need to keep the access token, and we're not doing that in this tutorial.
So you can see right there, set user, right, for the user, and you can see the URL is coming from where? The photo URL right here. You see that? And that's coming from Google.
Yep.
Beautiful.
Exactly.
Okay. Sweet.
Nice. Steve McCarty said to check out Rico, and he said this a few times now, so I will definitely go ahead and check that out because I am actually super interested in seeing this. But back to the sort of topic at hand, guys. Notice how Naz is popped up. So you see Naz is actually over in the corner.
Oh, yeah, right there. Look. Oh, my. Wow. Damn. Look at that. Hey.
That's
that
crazy,
is
right?
there. That's crazy. I love it. That's so cool.
Yeah.
Wow.
So now we actually have this, so we know that the user is actually inside, right? So that's awesome. And now what we can do with that is some clever stuff. We can do some really clever stuff with that now. We can pretty much finish the app. We can finish off the rest of the app with that stuff set up now. So let's go ahead and go over to the sidebar chat. And we already done it so that when we went to the sidebar chat, let's go ahead and go to chat.js. We basically want to have it. So let's go ahead and set up the messages at this point. So we've got the chat.js. Now inside of chat, what we need to do now is we need to basically do a few things. We need to basically have it so that when we send a message, it goes into, so let's open up Firebase for a second, Naz.
Okay.
And let's open up the database.
Okay.
So remember, we had a collection of rooms, and inside of the room, you had the actual room itself. And inside of the room, you can have another collection. So in each of those rooms, we're going to have a collection of messages.
Got it. So should I do start collection?
No, it has to be on the right. So you see it's inside that room, inside of that collection. And then here, it would be messages, right?
So messages. Okay. Click next.
Yep.
and auto
Yep.
ID, and what do we have for message text?
So inside of here, we'll have a message itself. So there'll be message, and this could be
Okay.
like, hey guys, or something.
Hey guys. Okay, cool. Another field.
It could have a name.
Name. So name. This is the person's name is what you're saying.
Yeah.
So let's just say Nas, for example. Okay.
Yep. And then it'll have a timestamp. So if you click timestamp,
And then this would be like added, right? Added,
yeah.
right?
So
Or
no
what?
timestamp.
Or just call it
I
timestamp.
just yeah. And then go to type and change it to timestamp.
Mm-hmm.
And
And
let's just
do
make
it.
it today's date.
Okay.
So
Right
just click
now.
that and then yeah. And that's all good. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't need that. And that's it. Click save.
Yeah. So now we have essentially a message inside of the room, right? So that's the
I
data
see.
structure that we're going with here. Okay.
Okay.
So
Okay.
inside the dance room, we have one message from Nas, which is inside the room, right? So how do I pull those messages in? So that's the first question. Let's go ahead
Mm-hmm.
and get that up and running. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a piece of state called messages, which keeps track of all the messages. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Messages, set messages, use state, empty array, initial value. And then inside the use effect, where we grab the room name, what I'm going to go ahead and do, I'm going to say db.collection. So go into the collection of rooms. Then I'm going to say go into the document, which is the room ID. And remember, this is passed in the URL because
Mm-hmm.
we're using React Router.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'm going to say go inside the collection of
Oh,
messages.
Okay.
Yeah. And then I'm going to say go inside the collection of messages and then go inside of, and then also when we get the collection of messages, order by timestamp. So you can literally do all of this in a line, which is insane.
Mm-hmm.
So order it by ascending, right?
Basically,
And then,
from the oldest to newest.
yeah, and then get the snapshot, and then get the latest. So snapshot says it's also real time. So this is insane. All of this is in one line of like code. It's unbelievable. And then
That
you
is
do
insane. I
set
agree.
messages. Yeah, it's insane, right? Like you do set messages. You say snapshot dot docs dot map, and basically what I'm saying is map all of the document, like all of those message objects. So all I want is the object. So I'm gonna say get the data from each of those objects,
Mm-hmm.
bubble it up into an array, and pop it into my messages array. So use it like here, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So now what that does is, if we save it, it goes nicely formats it, does it all like we want. And now inside of messages, instead of actually rendering out what we had down here, so we had like this, hey guys, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
What we can now do is I can change this and I can say inside the chat body,
Also loop
map
over
through
every single message. Okay.
yep, map through them and say for every single message, I want you to basically output this. So output the p tag, right? Output the p tag, and basically have it so that it's not Sunny Thanga. It would say message dot name because that would
Mm-hmm.
be the person's name.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of hey guys, it's going to be message
Dot
dot
message.
message. Exactly. And then for the timestamp, there's a magic piece of code, right? So there is a magic piece of code here, and just use this format because it is a very simple way of handling timestamps in Firebase. It will make your life a little easier, guys. So check this out. So I don't know if somebody just joined again. Actually, we have
Did they?
Adiemi Ayodipe. I think if you joined and you're on the live stream, let us know, dude, because we'd love to see that.
That is sick. Heck yeah. Guys, so many
Yeah.
of you are joining. I know. And so many of you are enjoying the course and the coaching calls. Yeah, just if you're interested, guys, remember, guys, link in description for the Profit of JavaScript course. But also, most importantly, is we have a completely free masterclass for you. Also down in the description. No money from you at all. Check it out. Link in the description below. All right, let's continue.
Exactly. Definitely go and check that out, guys. Free training, so definitely go and have a look at that.
Who
so
doesn't
for
want
the
free?
time, I know, right? Exactly. Yeah. For the timestamp, guys, what we're going to do is we're going to say new date, and then we're going to say message.timestamp. We're giving a question mark because this could be undefined at a certain point. And then we're going to say to date because basically that's how you translate it to a date. And then you say to a UTC string, and basically this is just going to make it look kind of pretty in a date format. So if I save this, now let's go over to our app.
Okay.
Let's sign in.
Sign in.
So Robson Ribeiro, this live will be saved. Yes.
Yes, of course, guys. All right. Cool. All right. Right there.
Awesome. So now let's go into the dance room, and we should see that message that Nas added.
Yo, look at that.
Awesome,
Whoa.
right?
All right. I like it. I like it.
Nice. That's
guys,
awesome.
Guys,
so
we
now,
have... Hold on.
bear in mind,
this deserves an air horn. Hold on.
Hey.
There we go.
And we still have literally over 500,000 people watching. Like, holy crap, dude. It's insane. Oh my God.
We have 600 people. We have 605 people watching right now. Sunny.
605 because we got Facebook as well, right? That's insane.
Yep.
That's awesome, dude. Yeah, guys, let's push this to 3K likes. That'll make my day. Like,
so close.
Nas will get like super pumped up if you
we're gonna be if we get to 3K likes, we're gonna get signed to dance. How about that?
God damn it. So now what we're gonna do is we are gonna
guys, Sunny has been moody today.
You know, it's not always easy coding these apps, guys. So let's go ahead and carry on. So we have the message coming through now. So what we want to do now is actually have it so when we send the message, when you type it in, it basically does that manual step of when Nas actually manually added it, right? So that's very simple to do. All we need to do is go ahead and say the following. So we're going to say, when we send the message, we're going to say db.collection, go inside of the rooms collection. Yeah. Go inside the doc, and we're going to use the room ID to go ahead and find the correct room. Then we're going to say, go inside that collection of messages, and then we're going to add a message inside of there, right? And then we're going to add, remember those things that Nas added? So the message, the user, the timestamp. So the message is going to come from the input. So the input that we have in our local state. The name of the user is going to come from the user, right? So which means that we actually need to go ahead and pull that in from our data layer. So whoever's logged in, we're going to go ahead, get them from the data layer, and we're going to use their display name as their name. So display name as the name. Nice. And then we're going to say the timestamp.
No, you want to do it's user.name, Sunny.
No. It's a user.display. No. So not that name. So the name key is here.
Okay.
Right, but the user.display name is coming from Google authentication.
Oh, gotcha. Okay, makes sense.
So that's where that's coming from, right? And then the timestamp. So you don't want to use a local timestamp. You want to use the one that's on the server, because then, say for example, Nas, where are you right now? Whereabouts in the world are you?
Where am I at? I was showing them. What are you talking about?
No, I'm saying in the world right now. Like whereabouts are you? In the US?
Detroit.
Right,
yeah.
So Nas is in Detroit and I'm in London. So our timestamps are going to be different, right? Yep. They're going to be very different and stuff like that. So to avoid that problem, what we can do is we can use a server timestamp. And to do that, what we got to do is we got to import Firebase from the actual module Firebase. So not our local one up here. We import it from an actual Firebase. And then what we say is timestamp Firebase dot Firebase.firestore dot, and then what we say is field value, right? And then what you do is you type in, you say server timestamp, and it's a function at the end of it. So like that's how you do that, and basically that will go ahead and get the server's timestamp on the server where this is all hosted, right? Now it says use state value is not defined. So let's go ahead and import that. Boom, like that. Now with that said.
And the reason why we do this, guys, the reason why we use that timestamp is, I think you've said that is because of the fact that our times are different, while the server time is always going to be the same, right? So if you simply add the correct times, then we can on the front end on our side we can change times depending on where the user is. So for example, if Sunny is in London, it will show him London times. If I'm in Detroit, it will show me Detroit times, right? So that's how we do that.
Exactly that, guys. Exactly that. Yep.
All right. Shall we try it out?
So now let's try it out, dude. Let's sign
All right,
in
sign in.
and let's go ahead.
All right, let's go. I'm excited. I'm excited.
I know, same, dude.
Okay. Okay. All right.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Hey guys, wait. What is supposed to? Okay. Okay. So hold on. Now this. Then we type something, right?
Yep.
Yo, it is there. Look at that.
Hey, nice. Now we want to make a tweak here, right? So we want
Mhm.
it to only show up as green for the
Mhm.
message that you wrote. So this is actually pretty good use case. So let's assume that the first one you added was from Nas, who is
Yes.
actually technically different to Nazari Demansky, right?
Yes.
So in terms of like what the computer knows, right? So that's going to
Yep.
be the sort of difference here. So what we can do is we can use that as our sort of test case, and what we can say is, remember where we had that true condition, right?
Mhm.
Now what we can do is we can say when the message name is equal to the user's display name, because as it's pushed in from programmatically, there's always going to be that correct user's display name. So now what will happen is if we actually log in, so I know it's a bit annoying, but we won't have to keep doing it. But if we log
Yeah.
in
Yeah.
now,
Hold on. Let's see. Right there. All right. Good.
yep.
Right there. Oh. Okay. Okay.
Hey,
Okay.
you see that,
And
right?
you
So
and so
now
and
because it matched, yep.
go ahead. I was gonna ask you how that happened. So just kind of logic wise.
Yeah, so logic wise, what we did is this condition right here made that happen.
Got it.
So we're saying if the message name is equivalent to the user's display name, so the one that is set in Google,
Mhm.
right? Then it would classify it as that's from you, right? So
Got
now
it.
this is okay on a demo purpose, right? But two people might have the same name, right?
Yeah.
So if you're going to use this in production, I would recommend using something like the ID that you get back from Google or
Yeah.
something like that. That's the professional like production way. But in this case, we want to kind of get a middle ground between what's readable and not so many IDs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So in this case, it's functionally working. We're not going to have too many clashes of people with the same name at this point until we get to 100 million users. So so at
Tomorrow.
this point, you can see now, yeah, now we've got so we've got a few things to fix at this point. We've got last seen at on the top of the chat header, and we
Mhm.
also have the styling on the left side. So we have dance room, dev room, epic room, and you see where it says last message, right? So
Yeah.
let's fix those two areas, and then at that point, I think we are ready to get done. And I think if
Pretty
we
much
can hit
done.
3K likes before that, dude,
Guys,
it's just gonna be the
we're
ultimate finish.
2.9K right now.
Oh my
Come
God.
on. So close.
Insane, insane, dude. Honestly, like, one
All right.
second, dude.
What's up?
Okay. Okay. So now what we're gonna do is we have the
Mhm.
okay. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna fix those few issues. So the number one is we have dance room at the top. So last seen at. So where we have that is inside of
Mhm.
the chat.js. So chat.js, and that is seen at where we have last seen at, and that's on line 60. So here. So now what we want to do is we essentially want to basically pull this from the message, right? So we basically what we want to do here is we want to essentially have last seen at, and we're going to use the last message that was on that collection to determine when the last activity was on that group chat,
Mhm.
right? So here I say new date messages dot length -1, right? So where are we getting any of this from, right? Like where does this come from? And what this is going to happen now is what I'm going to do is when we're inside of here, remember, guys, in the chat, we actually go ahead and we pulled the messages. So all I'm saying here is the last seen is the timestamp from the last message that was sent, right? So it's the last message that was sent. And to avoid the sort of logging in and stuff like that, I'm going to show you a quick trick. And don't forget to undo this. But if you go here and just change it to a string of no instead, so you could be like no, Sunny, whatever, here, if I go ahead and save this now, you won't have to log in again, but just don't send the message. Otherwise, the user is going to be undefined and it's going to cause a bit of headache in your thing. So now it'll say last seen. You see that now? It says last seen Tuesday, 18th of August, and
Wait.
that lines up to the last message. So
Oh,
you see
that
where it
one.
says
Okay, I see. Okay.
So that's nice, right? So it says
Yeah, yeah.
last seen Tuesday, 18th of August, and it has everything there.
So that's the
So
last
that's
time a
awesome.
message was created, basically.
Yeah,
Makes sense.
exactly. That was the last time a message. So if we actually was to send a message, it would actually show. Don't do it now
Okay, not
because
doing it now.
I mean, if you do it now, I think it might error out because we don't have the user on there. So it might error out. So let's
Yeah.
try it.
Yeah, it looks like it is. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Looks like it is. So it won't let me hit
Yep.
enter. Oh,
Okay.
all right.
Perfect. Yeah. Okay. So there we go. Yeah. So it's gonna error out
Hey, we
because
got a
remember I've actually
bug.
just I've changed it because here I've
Mm,
done a sort of bypass so that we didn't have to log in again. But
got it.
okay, so that's cool. So now on the left side we had one more issue to address, which was on the sidebar. We had we're right now in sidebar options or sidebar chat. We actually had last message. So this was hard coded, right? I want to pull this last message from the DB. So and how are we going to do that? I'm going to use a use effect, right? So I'm going to use a use effect. We get the ID from when we actually go ahead and we pass that as a prop. So what I'm going to say is use effect. Boom, boom. And here I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to say, if you pass me in an ID, so just protecting, we're going to say db.collection. So go into the rooms, go into the doc. So go into the doc with the ID. So that's the room ID. And then go into the collection of messages. So collection. You might need to word wrap him, Naz.
I
Collection.
am.
Oh no, you done it. Okay, nice. Collection messages, and then order by. So order by, and this time we're going to do timestamp, descending, right? And I'm going to say on snapshot because we want this to be a real-time snapshot. So we're going to be real-time feed. And here what I'm going to do is I'm going to say I need to create a piece of state to keep track of the message, right? So here I'm going to say message, set message, and I'm going to say, oh, this should be plural actually, set messages. So I'm going to grab all the messages. And then here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do our traditional mapping through. So I'm going to say set messages, map through all the docs, get me the docs back, and then give me back what I need. So there we go. So this goes ahead, gets the messages at the sidebar chat. So those sidebar option level, right? So we have it there. And then what I'm going to do is where it says last message, all I'm going to do here is go ahead and say message
Oh,
0 because 0 would
wait, would it be
message 0
that length though, or the?
so we did that over no so here so this isn't actually this is to show the message. So what I'm doing here is I'm saying go ahead and get the messages,
Okay.
order them by timestamp descending. So the first message is going to be the most recent one.
Oh, really? I thought it was like the last message going to be the most recent one.
I mean, I thought that as well, but then it kind of like, yeah, it
Oh,
kind of like,
okay.
why is
Okay,
this saying
cool.
message is not defined? What?
What? Messages.
Oh, oops, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Now, if we log in, that actually has fixed that issue that we had.
All right, so let's log in. Boom. Let's try that out. Cool.
Guys, we are almost at 3K likes. Come on, guys,
How
let's
much are we
push.
away? How much? What? 100?
Super close, dude. So
Oh
you
my
see, it
god.
says yo yo.
Yo
So
yo.
now is it good? So now, if you go into the dev room and type a message,
Okay. So dev room. Yo yo. No, I'm doing something else. Dev room message. Oh, look at that,
yeah.
guys.
And if you type in again, check what happens. It will show the latest message in that left screen.
Whoa, heck yeah.
That's
Oh
awesome, right?
man. Yo, Sunny, this is epic. Yes. But that's so weird though that the first message is the last message.
Yeah, because I done descending. It's
Oh,
strange. I know.
descending, not ascending.
Yeah.
Okay,
To
that
be
makes
honest,
sense
I
now.
actually always forget. I just kind of do ascending, see if it's the right one, flip it if it's not.
I forget to honestly sometimes.
Yeah. If you did dot length on ascending, I think you'd get what you was
Then you'll get
expecting.
the level. Yeah, that's true. That's
Yeah.
true.
Or dot length -1 or whatever, because you
Yeah.
have to do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome. So now what we need to do is let's fix that last styling issue where we've got that horrible sort of it just
That
looks like,
line.
yeah, it just looks
Yeah.
like,
Looks
yeah,
like
ugly
yuck.
right now.
Yeah. Looks like yuck.
So let's go ahead and go to sidebar chat. And basically, I'm just going to do a little quickie hack here so we can fix this. So I'm just going to go ahead and say for the anchor elements, text decoration none, color black. Okay. So very quick fix here. And then we do that. What we should see is there we go.
Oh, look at that,
Changed it, and now we don't get those lines, right?
guys.
So we still get the hover. Yeah.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I think.
I
Go for it,
think.
Nod.
I think we're done.
Yeah, that's it.
Are
dude.
we?
We are done. I think we are actually
Hold on.
done. Yeah.
Let's try this. Hold
I
on.
was,
Let's
I
go.
was thinking. I was like, holy crap. Yeah, I think we're done there. Yeah.
Wait. So okay. Hello. We're done.
Yeah.
I only got one thing to say. Honestly, I got one thing to say. You know what I got to say?
Yeah. Let's
Done.
let's dance, dude. I was about to say, let's go.
Really?
That is so sweet, dude. So sweet. Oh, I actually saw an error here. So
Oh, you did?
sidebar chat. Sidebar
Okay.
chat, guys. Very important point. Sidebar chat. We used oh, this is important. Yeah, we used a
Okay.
use effect
Mm-hmm.
and we used the ID, right? Now, don't forget and don't ignore the in the terminal it popped up. If you actually need to include that as a dependency because we're using it here. So just wanted to point that one out because that's actually really, really important there.
Guys, come on. Let's get to 3K. Come on. Before we deploy this, we need to
Yeah.
get to 3K. Come on.
Yeah,
Share it with
let's do
some
it. Come
people.
on,
You know,
guys.
I don't know what you gotta do, but do something.
I know. I mean, you know what, dude? I think what we should do is, I got an idea. I have an
What do you
idea.
got? What do you got?
Let's set up the deployment bit, the phase, right? So let's get everything set up for the deployment,
Okay.
and then let's wait and let's answer questions until we hit 3K.
All right. Okay. I like it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yes, let's do it. Let's do it. So guys,
So guys,
and if you want, you know what? If you gotta go the extra mile, create a new Google account, go to this video, and then click like again.
yeah, guys, let's push that to 3K. Because that's it. And that'll be the ultimate banger finish to this video.
That'd be the most we've ever gotten, I think, in the video, right? 3K.
I think so, yeah. I think so. Yeah, it's awesome, dude. So now, guys, we're going to show you.
No, we hit
set
3K.
up. Did we? No
Did
way.
we did?
Wait. Hey,
Oh!
let's go. That's so dope.
Let's
Holy
go.
crap. Thank
You guys.
so much, guys. That's insane.
All right, 4K
Oh my
now.
god. That's insane. Oh man, that's just holy
I know.
crap. Yeah. So
Alright.
guys, let's go ahead and show you guys how to
Alright,
deploy
so
this
sign
thing and
in.
get this live.
Okay,
right?
let's do it.
So let's open up the terminal.
Wait, what is that?
So the VS terminal, yeah.
Hold on, 1 second. Hold on, 1 second. I'm just trying to do something here. Hold on a second. All right, well, cool. All right, so terminal. I was like, wait, what is
Also,
terminal?
guys, because we hit 3K, literally, we and Naz would massively appreciate if you go onto Instagram, shoot an Instagram video to show us that you're watching this right now and that you were here when we hit 3K, right? Tag us in there, and literally, we can have a chat with you guys. So it's always, we love to do that.
Right
so
there.
really, 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 please go ahead and do that.
Yep, you're pointing just.
Dropped $5. Thank you so much, dude. Hitting 3K. Awesome.
Oh, heck yeah, hold on. Let me put him on the spot right here. There we go, Frank. Frank, you the man. Frank is always so supportive.
Amazing.
Thank you, Frank.
He's killing it, dude.
Gracias,
Awesome.
Frank.
Love
Alright.
that.
All right, cool. So, let's get to it. So let's deploy. You guys ready to deploy? Are you guys ready to deploy? Smash that like button for deployment. And we're gonna deploy.
Exactly. So guys, what we need to do now is we need to go to Firebase. So I'm going to do this, Firebase, Oh, actually, 1 minute. I just realized
What's up?
if I log in, so check. I think I'm logged into my account. But what I could do now is I could deploy this project. Yeah, it's
You want me
fine.
to
We'll
log
do this.
in?
It's fine. It's fine, but I mean, we could do it. So I can actually do it from. Oh man. Okay, guys, please don't spam my email. Yeah. Oh, damn it. Yeah. All right. So let's go ahead and do the deployment. So I've actually set up WhatsApp clone, so I can deploy it on my one as well. It's fine. Yeah.
Okay,
So it's
let's do
gonna
it.
do.
Let's do it.
So
So
now
you
what we can
deploy
do
on
is
your end.
you're gonna need to do Firebase login, and what that will do is that'll pop up a sort of a login window. And once you've got that login window done, you need to do Firebase init, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Firebase init. And now what we can do is you see this will pop up, right? So this beautiful interface pops up. You want to go down to the bottom using the arrow keys, hit the space bar on hosting, and then click enter. And then this is important, guys, right? Here, I'm going to click use an existing project. I'm going to go down to the Firebase project. So let's go ahead and do, where is it? WhatsApp clone, right? This one right here.
Is that the one that you got? Is that the one that you created?
Yeah,
On your
I'm not
end?
sure if our database is going to clash, though. You can
Mm,
try it. You can try
we
it.
can try.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
But then in here, what we're going to do now is we're going to type in build. So this is super important, build, right? So build is the public directory that you want to use. And
Mm-hmm.
then what we're going to do is type in yes for configure as a single page app because a React app is a single page app. Okay, that's it. We've set the app up, right? Now what we need to do is do npm run build. And what this will do is it will create an optimized production build. So what this means is it will strip out all the developer stuff, so all this hot reloading, all this sort of heavy crap that we don't need in the actual production version. Because in the production version, you just want the app to load as fast as possible. So it strips out
Right.
all the sort of cool toys and gimmicks out of it. And it's basically going to strip it down and it will put it into the build folder, right? So if you open up the directory on the left,
Hold on. Hold on. Just hold on. Give me 1 second. I'm trying to do stuff. Cancel. Nope. What directory? For what?
so open up your files on the left, and I'll
Okay.
show them where the build folder actually gets built.
Alright. So, alright. Cool. Alright. Directory on the left. Command. Whoop.
Yep.
No, that's the one. Cool.
Yeah. So here, what I want you to do is you can see you've got public at the top, but you also have a build folder at the top. So
We have
I
a
mean, there will be a build folder. After this is done, there will actually be a build folder that comes up there, right?
Okay.
And what this build folder will do is it will basically that optimized production build that gets sort of finalized goes into that folder, right? So I'm
Okay.
not sure how long this is going to take, but let's just give it a little bit of time. And in the meantime, we can go ahead and answer some questions, and we can sort of get everyone prepared for the deployment. Yeah.
Good. Yeah. So if you got any questions, guys, go ahead and put them in the comments below. And also, if you put the question, go ahead and smash the like button.
Yeah. Exactly. Get this video out to even more people, guys.
Oh man. Oh, guys, this has been an insane build. You know, I know I keep using the word insane, but there's no other word
Exactly.
for
Get this
it,
video out to even more people, guys.
right? Hold on.
Yeah.
There's no other word for it, honestly. So, you know, Sunny, amazing job on what you have built here. Seriously, this looks not only does this look good, but it's usable. We can actually use it.
Yeah, honestly, you can
Right?
actually go ahead and use that. It's insane. Like, and this is going to be scalable as well. It's like what
Yep.
we built here, guys, is production scalable. Like, you could scale this to however many users that you would need. Like, if you had 1 million users today, it would scale and it would work, which is insane to say.
I'm curious how many
Like,
users can we get right now?
how many? What was that?
Users we can get right now.
I know, right? I wonder.
I mean,
I'm just wondering.
I don't know if you know, but we're still at 605 people watching, by the way.
That's insane. Oh my God, that's
The
insane.
retention
No,
rate is
you-
crazy.
Yeah. Do you know how to get to the live stream room, by the way?
The what?
The live stream room
What do you mean?
on YouTube. Just wondering if you know how to get while we're waiting for this.
Oh, like into the actual YouTube live stream room?
Yeah, just wondering because it shows us some cool stats, but
Oh, okay, I can take a look at it here. Hold on, let me see. I can take a look.
just so that Yeah, just so that when the stream eventually ends, we get all the stats. You know, all the sort of stats. Because otherwise, I couldn't get to that screen yesterday, and it kind of was a
Yeah,
bit
I don't
frustrating.
have that. I mean, does it show right now?
Um,
Let
I
me
mean,
see.
I don't know, because Kazi usually is in some kind of live stream room, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, let me
Might be in the
see.
studio. I mean, I'll have the studio open so that we can see. Yeah. Hopefully, this production builds very quick, guys. This is usually very fast.
I mean,
It's
it's right
just
here. Right here. You see that, guys? Right there. Check this out. Boom.
that's insane. Holy
Look at
crap.
that. Look at that. We peaked
Yeah.
at 1,200, 1,300 people, and then just like slowly, slowly, slowly. And we've been on this for at this point it's 3 hours and a half, so which is insane. Um,
Yeah.
but guys, 800 an average. Wow. How many chat
It's
messages we got?
insane.
Wow. Crazy chat messages. You guys are killing it. That's all I gotta
Yeah.
say. Yeah, and thank you guys so much, obviously, for watching. Thank you guys so much for supporting us and being so supportive in the chat. The more we do this, the more we realize that you guys really are enjoying this and are really getting a lot of value from it, and and having fun with it at the same time. So,
Exactly, guys. Yeah.
thank you. Oh, so it looks like
Massive.
look at that. It's building. It's built.
Oh, finally. Nice. Okay.
Hey.
So, guys, with that said, now let's go ahead and do the following. So, one sec. Okay, there we go. I can see it. So now what we're gonna do is we have the WhatsApp clone here. So yeah, you can see it, right? Yeah.
Yep.
So in order to deploy it, guys, it's as simple as this, right? And also bear in mind, if you change any bit of your code between the time that you done npm run build and when you've done it, like so you need to make sure that you don't change your code after you do npm run build, or if you do change your code, run npm run build again because it's going to be bundled up.
Mm.
Then to deploy it, we need to do Firebase deploy like this.
Voila.
Yeah, Firebase deploy. And this will go ahead and deploy the app. Let's go ahead. So you see it's uploading all the files that we have, doing everything, and boom. Let me just go ahead and double check this so to make sure everything's good.
Mm-hmm.
React app. Let me go and sign in. So the domain is not authorized. Okay, so this is what I was kind of worried about, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So we actually went ahead and deployed it from. So I wasn't logged into my account. I was logged into my account. And Nas built this on his account. So this is where a lot of people were saying that. Remember, the security might have been a concern. You have to
Mm-hmm.
be signed into the correct account.
Really?
So what I'm gonna do, guys, is we actually went ahead and deployed this before, and we deployed the exact same build on this clone over here. So we actually did the exact same build on this clone. So WhatsApp. So pretty much, Nas, the one that you were
The
on
one
earlier.
is this one right here.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh wait. I need to refresh this one.
Oh, damn it. Someone's gone ahead and done that. Oops.
Guys, clear the. Come on, guys. What are you doing? Come on. Oh wait, no. It says is not authorized to join this operation.
Yeah. So this is happening because I'm not logged into. So Nas, what we could do is we could go ahead and quickly do Firebase log out. Firebase log in. But I mean, this means I have to log into your account and do all that. I mean, what should we do at this point? Should we demo the app locally and let's do an ngrok? Let's do an ngrok. Let's just do an ngrok.
ngrok?
Yeah.
Okay, let's do it. Let's just demo it locally.
Yeah. So guys, with that we did deploy it. So you guys saw that is a deployment, and that's literally it would be working for you guys. Let me go ahead and get an ngrok going for you guys.
Oh, you gonna do it for me? Okay, you're gonna do. Okay, cool.
Yeah. So I'll get an ngrok going. So let's go ahead. I always forget where I put ngrok. Is it my desktop? Is it?
I always gotta look for it. There we go.
Yeah. There we go.
Okay.
So now, guys, that's the ngrok link. So what I'm going to do is Nas, I'm inside of. Can you see the ngrok link?
I'm about to. Hold on one second. Kind of. You might need to help me out with that.
Right. So if you go into, let me go into app.js, and I'll just drop it at the top as a comment.
I see.
So in app.js.
No. App.js.
Yeah, and inside of app.js, I just
Oh, I
dropped
said
this.
app.js. Okay, hold on.
Yeah. So
App.js.
now me and Nas will go and show you guys that this is working and it is all pretty good.
Let's do it. Almost there. Almost there. Almost there.
Might be a little bit slow. That's the only thing.
Yeah, because it's localhost.
Yeah.
All right, let's see this. Let's see this.
Okay, mine's up. So, okay, so it's not authorized to run this domain. Okay, yeah. So, guys,
Dang it.
Firebase is super secure, right? So
Which
you
is
have
good.
to deploy it. Yeah, you can't NG rock either. So this, I mean, this is a good thing. This is a good thing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So what it means is we showed you guys in the beginning of the demo, and basically the reason why we didn't do it is because I wasn't logged into Nas's account, which is why.
Yeah, I can't do it either. Dang it. Dang it. Dang it. Ah. It's okay. It's all right though.
It's okay.
We showed
We're good.
we downloaded it to you guys in the beginning, which is really cool, I think.
Yeah. Now let's go ahead and show. Let's give a run through of the app one last time.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah.
So
Let's
let's
do
do
it.
it right here. Okay, beautiful. So check this out,
Nice.
guys. We can have, for example, we have different new rooms. We can create new rooms. What kind of room should we create?
Let's create a room called 3K room.
3K room. Yo, the epic
Let's do it.
3K room. Okay, click OK. We create ourselves a 3K room. Inside this room now, we can just simply text between different people, right? So if I simply, let me remove myself here. You can go ahead and, how's it going? Right? So how is it going? This has been an awesome awesome live call.
Exactly.
And you can probably add this, and here's what you can do. I can literally add to the Firebase. If I go to Firebase and I go to rooms, for example, and so the room that we just added was which one? 3K room.
3K room.
We
Yeah.
go to messages, right? I can go ahead, for example, imagine this is Sunny.
Oh no, I'll show you a better way to do it, Nas. Actually, go
What?
ahead and log in a separate window as a different. If you got a second
Oh, I
account.
can do that?
Yeah.
But it will still be my name.
No, but it'll be a different Nas, right?
Yeah, I guess so. Let's try that. So hold on. So I can do localhost 3000.
Oh, it might be the same. Yeah.
It'll still be the same name because I got a bunch of Nazaris on.
If you got Kazi's account, we could do that.
I don't know if I can log in with Kazi account. Let me see. Hold on. Can I?
Yeah, I tried it earlier. It should be.
I
Yeah.
don't know. Oh, okay. Let's try it. We'll see. Kazi. All right, Kazi. I'm logging on with your account. Nope.
Oh shit.
Nope. Not happening. All right. We can try this though. Hold on. Let me see. I can talk amongst myself. How about that?
Nice. I mean, yeah, you can have two conversations going. That's fine. That's because we opened up the window twice. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, but in either case, you can see this working. It's very secure, and so, but I think we'll be able to make it live, and then give you guys the GitHub link as well. That's gonna be the most important thing, guys. That's gonna be the most important thing for you.
Most important thing, guys. We will go ahead and do that. So,
yeah.
With that said, I think that went amazing, dude.
Dude, that was sick,
so
guys.
Awesome. Yeah.
That was insane. Yeah, I mean, who loved it? Drop in the comments below if you guys enjoyed this. If you want to see more things like this, I mean, I'm sure you guys do. Sunny, amazing job, guys. Give Sunny a round of applause for creating this awesome app. He's been working hard at it, and he's like, yo, bro, I'm still working. I'm still trying to finish up the code. And he's just like rushing and rusting, trying to finish it up, but he did it. It looks great. So great job on that.
Appreciate it, bro.
Yeah, seriously. And to all of you commenters, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys so much for commenting, being positive and optimistic, and following along. If you followed along, and if you did, go ahead and create the project. Obviously, tag us in your Instagram videos right here, and then Sunny is there. I'm pointing,
exactly.
Sunny. So point down, Sunny. Yeah, there you go. Point down. There you go. And I'm pointing to you.
That thing. Exactly.
now you're just like. So yeah, anything else we got?
I think that's it, dude. I think this was awesome. I enjoyed this build. It was stressful because it was a bit of architecture to this one to try and get it
Yeah.
working right. But then we managed to get it working, and we got it in a really nice way. And Naz, I want to say massive thank you to you, dude, because Naz jumped on and actually ran this with me with quite last minute notice, and I think he crushed it. I think we
Thank you.
absolutely smashed this live stream.
Dude, this was a
So yeah,
fun live stream. I'm not kidding. Like it was chill, but it was fun. It was good. Like we didn't have too many technical problems, guys. And I see that you guys are saying keep it up. Budhai says keep it up, bro. Let's see what else. What else, guys? Santana says good night, guys. Warrior says applause, applause, applause. So yeah, guys. Yeah, and thank you, Sunny. Appreciate it. I was happy to get on with you.
barcode. What was that, sorry?
I said I was happy to get on with you.
Oh,
I was happy to
100%,
get on the
dude,
call with Cole.
100%. Yeah. Let's do it more often. That was fun.
Of
That was
course,
a lot
of
of fun.
course. It
Yeah.
would be cool to do like React, and then like I'll do like a Node.js portion, for example. You'll do the React portion to
Yeah.
like a small application, and then I'll do the Node.js portion of the small application.
You've
So
worked with MongoDB, right?
MongoDB and Node.js, exactly.
Yeah, so it would be nice to do like a MERN stack. We could do something
Yeah,
like that.
that'd be cool. If you
Yeah.
guys want to see that, drop it in the comments below. And if you guys get any ideas, also let us know.
Yeah.
But yeah, other than that, are we done?
Yeah, I think we're
Yeah.
done, guys.
Should
So
we
with
call
that
it?
said, yeah, we will see you on the next live stream. And as always, guys, this is Sunny,
And
and
this is Nas.
we will see you in the next one. Peace.
Exactly. Peace out. Have a great day. Bye bye. Wait.